Music slowly goes down. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we have our Thursday night throwback with no Daryl Boggs. I'm sad. This is all I want to say. I think I'm going to end the podcast right now. If Daryl's not in here, I don't know what to do. I'm stranded. What do we got going on here? Did I turn the music off? Let me turn the music off. There we go. There we go. Maybe I'll turn it on just a little bit. I'll turn on just a baby. So tonight, I guess if nobody wants to come on and be a co-host with me, then I'm gonna have to do this shit by myself. And we're gonna talk about things that we did as a kid. We're gonna talk about what our moms made us for dinner in the 1980s, because this is the shit I came up with on the fly. Okay, didn't really have anything planned. So next week we're gonna be doing some Back to the Future trivia. We're gonna probably do some fun facts, and yeah, all that kind of good stuff. And I hope the music isn't too loud. No, I friggin' would hate if it is. Irie, how's it going? Let me know if this music is too loud. Also, StreamYard is doing a new thing where it now on the YouTube it streams, and there's an option to go vertical or not vertical, like vertical or horizontal. I didn't know. I had to pick which one I wanted for the Facebook, but the other one is like one or the other. So if anybody goes to the friggin' YouTube channel, please subscribe if you haven't. And then if you do go there, please let me know what it looks like, the vertical and the horizontal, what it looks like to do that. There we go. And if you also didn't know, I do have some fun Back to the Future stuff and some Goonies stuff on my Etsy site, and we'll be pulling on some clothing here soon. I got some 3D printed type stuff that's going to be put on there as well. So we're going to have kind of a big shop going on. Jay Ryan might be jumping on to help out a little bit while Daryl's gone. We're going to talk maybe a little bit, him and I. If anybody else is interested, please just let me know, and I'll send you a invite. Just message me on Facebook, and I'll send you an invite, and you can come in here and we can start talking it up. Yeah. Other than that, I have some good news for myself. For the second time this year, I am cancer free. Ironically, that was not my game plan for the year. So, Throwback Thursday, no fucking filter tomorrow night with Murph. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some good times. What is up, Irie? How's it going? What is up, Keith? How you doing? We got 4 people in here. Feel free just to chime in. Tell me your guys' favorite 1980s food. Just your favorite food. It could be snacks. It could be your lunch. It could be breakfast. It was like, what was the thing that you looked forward to the most? Like, was it a Sunday dinners? Did your mom like let you pick whatever you wanted to eat on like a Friday night or something? What is up, Kevin? How you doing, brother? Kevin's probably got some good ones. Kevin, what are some classic 1980s style dinners that your mom or your dad cooked back in the day? Usually that was just the mom's job back in the day, right? Until we hit like the 90s, and then things got a little different. Although my dad was just the breakfast guy, my mom was the dinner gal, that kind of thing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I see Ecto Cooler. You know what I was gonna say too is, remember Squeeze-Its? I used to love Squeeze-Its, but man, they tasted like the sugariest friggin' Kool-Aid you possibly could have. Yeah. Oh, how's the music in the background? It's my little filler, just in case I don't talk for a second. And this beard is driving me crazy, but I like it. It's getting a little longer, but that's okay. Thank you so much, Keith. I appreciate it, brother. Yeah, that's just over. I'm over it. I'm over losing 10 people this year. I'm over getting cancer twice. I'm ready for next year. And I get to spend my New Year's in Astoria for a little get together for people that are going to be hanging out down there. Christian and Brooke, and I think Kelly's going to be coming down, and Daryl's going to be hopefully making it. And we got Becky and her husband. We got Joe and his fiance. It's going to be a blast. We got anybody else that wants to come down? and hang out. It'd be awesome. Let's do a roll call really quick, you guys. Let's do it again. We're gonna do a roll call on your favorite snack of the 1980s as a kid. Like, what did you like to snack on? And if it wasn't the 80s, then do the 90s. But give me that, that fun, was it chips and dip? Was it like Funyuns, beef jerky, Oreos and Doritos, Chiclets? No, not Chiclets. Chiclets are the gum, right? What's the one that was like a peanut butter thing? That has started with the CH. I can't remember. Shauna, what is up? Dunkaroos. I like it. Shauna, if you and Jen are still interested in jumping on tonight too, Jay Ryan's going to be ready in probably about 10 minutes. I can have you guys come on. I actually have some fun pictures of some classic 1980s dinners. I don't know why I just went into like my radio show personality voice. Here, I'll do it like this. Jessica, how you doing? Jeremy Cooper, kudos to you too. Hey, you guys. The Dunkaroo, yes. So I tell you, Dunkaroos was that thing I never got when I was a kid. I wanted them, and I even had an Australian exchange student that I was friends with. We used to hang out all the friggin' time, play basketball and stuff, and he was very against Dunkaroos, just to let you know. Didn't like those one bit. Jessica, what is up? Hey, you guys. And maybe we might get lucky tonight. Maybe Bayman will stop by, right? Maybe we should blast it. Everybody should tag Bayman and tell him to come on and say hi. Maybe he can share a little bit with us about his experiences in the 1980s and his favorite foods and whatnot. Let's see here. There we go. Brad, how the fuck you doing, brother? How are you doing? Oh, Jen went straight to the Bagel Bites. Oh my goodness. When did Bagel Bites come out? Can somebody Google that? Give me the year. First person to give me the year gets a wink from me. Handy snacks. What's handy snacks? Handy snacks? A handy snack. I don't think I've ever heard of handy snacks. Oh shit. Came up right there. Oh, handy snacks. Oh, I got you. Like the little Ritz dip, and they got like the Oreo ones now. And I remember the little pretzel and cheese ones. Those were good, right? Let's see. Well, in the 80s, I got breast milk, but early 90s, I remember looking forward to peanut butter on saltine crackers and bologna sandwiches. That's true. I loved me a good bologna sandwich, right? A little mayo, a little mustard, a little bologna. Weren't able to have cheese because cheese is too expensive. Let's see. Leftover spaghetti. Yep, that's a good one too. Kevin's got Bonkers Pizzerias, potato skins, Boise's, Planters, cheese balls, pudding pops, Ecto Cooler, Hamburger Helper, pudding pops. Brother, those are some nostalgias right there. Nostalgic foods right there. Man, cheese balls. Gotta love the cheese balls, right? Kelly says the little crackers with the cheese and the little red stick. The red stick is the thing they got rid of nowadays, right? Now you just put them in the cheese. I don't think they have the red sticks anymore, do they? Why would I know? My kids get them, but I don't. Yeah, Sharks gummies. Bagel bites are still one of my favorite foods. I do love bagel bites. And if you haven't tried this, put them in the air fryer and add just a little extra cheese on top. I actually made them. I made them as like this is kind of funny. So I made bagel bites for a 7-course meal dinner that I did for 10 myself, so 9 other friends and myself, and I hosted this 7. It was basically cooked. It would sit down, eat the meal, and then I would go back in and cook while everybody's having some drinks and hanging out, right? And I did bagel bites, and then I did a little bit of burrata cheese, and I did a little basil in there, and I just put a little bit of balsamic on there. Oh my gosh, everybody was like, this tastes just like bagel bites. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I guess they could be like bagel bites, It was so funny. Anyway, it was a joke for it. I did the rest of it was actually, handcrafted by yours truly. Chef Boyardee themed cans, all the cans, right? And if you look nowadays, they got like even more that you wouldn't think. Personal pizza from Schwann's Truck. Oh my gosh. Again, old school. And hot pockets. I still love me a good hot pocket. Again, another good air fryer one right there. You like your soggy? That's what Trey said. Oh, mic drop. What do we got? Pizza bites. Pizza bites. The lava explosion that fucking burns the shit out of your mouth, right? Sounds yummy. Brad, everything we ate in my house growing up came from Schwann's. I still crave those mint ice cream. Oh man, I do love those. Now, here's something fun here. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna bring this on stage, but I gotta figure out how my screens are working here. See what I got here. See what we can do. Because I'm not gonna be on too late tonight, you guys. So just a heads up, wanted to let you know. Okay, here we go. Oops. Again, can't do the two things at one time. All right, here we go. Now let's see if I can bring this on the stage here. Okay. You know what's funny is I'm like sitting here walking through what I'm doing. You guys are probably looking at me like, what the hell is he doing? Okay, there we go. Now I can bring it on stage. All right, let's make me small and make this big. Boom. What about that one? What about that? Does anybody know what that is? Oh, I got the wrong view. Let's do this view. There we go. That's a good view. Do you guys remember what this is? Does anybody want to take a stab at that? Anybody? Asking for a friend. Bueller. Kraft Blue Box. Yeah. Theme cereal, like see Mr. T, Smurf Berry Crunch, Pink Panther. See, I could never, my mom never got me those. It was only granola. My mom would go to the farmer's market and she would get bags of granola for us. And I would also get Cracklin Oat Bran or Grape Nuts. That was about it. You know what I'm saying? Close. Hamburger Helper. This is close. These are close. This was just a classic, good old, the beef stroganoff. But it wasn't the Hamburger Helper. This is your mom's. The leftover type stuff. Let me just put it on there. Oh, shit on a shingle. Brad, that's close. But remember, that's mashed potatoes, right? That's the gravy with the mashed potatoes. Some Hamburger Helper. Everybody with the hamburger. And you guys, I'm telling you, that was a staple to the Hamburger Helper. But when you couldn't go to the store and get a Hamburger Helper, what'd you get? You got leftover noodles and some beef. And your mom would put that all together. I don't know if that's everybody. That was mine. What is that? That's my mother's attempt at Basquiolo. What is that? Now I want to know what that is. Basquiolo. Why do I not know what that is? It sounds like I should know what that is. Or Basquiolo. Is that spelled right? Why is it coming up as something else? Oh, okay, yeah. No, I see it. Hold on. Oh, okay. There we go. So a hearty pasta that translates to woodman or woodcutter. It's basically just a really thick pasta or sauce. I mean, okay. I'm gonna have to look at that now. Beef stroganoff. Oh yeah. Oh, see, I got you. You're getting ahead of me on this one. Let's see what we got. Watch this one. Let's see if I can bring this up. I lost it. I lost my screen. I lost it. See, I try to. Oh, there we go. My viewer. There it is. Okay, so now let's go to the next one. Ooh. Oh yeah. Let's make it a little smaller so everybody can see that one. The classic meatloaf. Now, how did your guys' mom make her meatloaf? Because my mom did like an Italian meatloaf, so we had like the Italian seasonings and stuff in there, right? But she also did like we would do like marinara instead of like ketchup and stuff. And then it was like sausage and beef. Let's see. For sake, let's see. What the fuck is Hamburger Helper? I'm not going to know any of those. So Emily, Hamburger Helper is like, it was like a box with seasoning and either noodles or like pasta or different kinds of things. And you basically would just boil the noodles, put the seasoning packet in, and then you would just add beef, like ground beef. And that's what it was. It was basically just Hamburger Helper. It was the helper to all the hamburger that you had that was extra. My mom made some good tuna casserole, right? A good tuna casserole hits the spot. The queen of the hamburger helpers, right? Jen, what is happening? How are you doing? Oh, by the way, everybody, I don't know why I have so much energy, but right now, as of now, let me look at my timer. I think I'm at like 90, almost 97 hours of fasting. Don't ask me how I'm doing it, but let's see. You guys have heard of Bubble and Squeak? Google that shit. Traditional Aussies 80s mum shit. Now I'm gonna have to, let's see. You said, what is this? Bubble and Squeak. Oh my gosh, it actually comes up pretty friggin' fast. Bubble and Squeak images. Oh, wait a minute. Bubble and Squeak. I've had this before, I think. Is this like a potato, like a potato frittata, and you put like an egg with that? Is that right, Emily? Let me know if that's right. Let's see. Our shit on a shingle is basically beef stroganoff without the noodles, pour over bread. Oh yeah. So we would do that same thing, right? Pour over the bread, and then when you graduated, it would go to mashed potatoes, right? That would be the other part of it. I remember Hamburger Helper. My favorite is the taco flavor. I didn't know they had that. Let's see. Kelly says, my mother didn't cook. If I wanted breakfast in preschool, I made my own corn dog from Schwann's the microwave and ate that on the way to school. Gross looking meatloaf. Well, I tried to Google as many 1980s looking meatloafs and like dishes, right? So that way it would kind of give you that nostalgia from there. Meatloaf, not even a thing here in Australia. So meatloaf, basically, Emily, is you got a bunch of ingredients, including like some breadcrumbs and things like that. Or usually in my family, it was you do bread, you mash up some bread in water or whatever, and then that would be the binding agent. And then it was basically just ground beef with some seasonings and all that good stuff, all kinds of stuff in a cake pan. Yeah, and also remember that your mom would do the strips of bacon over the top, and then you'd always come in and try to eat the bacon. That was me. Have ketchup on top and half cheese on top. See, my mom would do she did a because we would always make sandwiches. So my mom was like, why don't we just do sandwiches anyway? So my mom bought that Texas toast, that thick bread, and then she did cheese inside of the meatloaf, and then she would put mustard and ketchup also, and then she'd have like 2 pieces of bread with like mayo on it, and you would just have the meatloaf, and she'd just put it on top, and then you just eat that. Show her the glove. The glove? What glove? What are you talking about here? The Hamburger Helper. I will bring that up. Let me pull this up really quick. Let me do the next one. What about this one? What about this? You guys remember some TV dinners, little hungry mans? The banquets. My mom makes meatloaf now with crackers and in a cupcake tin. With crackers and in a cupcake tin, like little mini meatloaves. I've done little mini meatloaves before, but I have them in those little mini brownie, like the silicone brownie molds. Works pretty good. Pro tip: my wife makes meatloaf and cupcake. Yeah, there you go, sliders. Yeah, hey, I like that. Meatloaf I make all the time. Tuna casserole. Just everything left in your kitchen thrown in a pan with an egg, literally potato, leftover vegetables, egg, literally whatever the fuck you. Yeah, same thing like this. We used to, and for the Italian side, we would do we crack a bunch of eggs and whip them up and just add some cheese, but then we would do like leftover noodles, and then you add like the vegetables and like the same thing, right? And then you would put it all in a pan and cook it, and then you flip it over and make like a frittata type thing. Anyway, Salisbury steak over mashed potatoes. Oh yeah. Oh, that one's coming up. So here's the I'll wait till we get done with some of these. Meatloaf, sausage mix, chunks of tomato, breadcrumbs. And there you go. TV dinners. Jesse Jean has an amazing recipe for meatloaf. I want to check that one out then. Glazed with barbecue sauce or honey or ketchup. See, I've gone some pretty pretty cool meatloaves in my day. I've done some fun stuff with meatloaves. I did one that was ground Wagyu, and then it was diced up thinly sliced filet, and I just made it was just a meatloaf for just me. But that was really good. It was like a steak meatloaf. It was so good. I used ketchup A1 sauce for the sauce topping on meat. Oh, A1 would be good. My mom used to use Heinz 57, right? The other steak sauce, I think it is, right? The apples would your tongue. That's true, right? The apple. Whenever you got, the brownie was fine. Usually a little burnt on the outside, right? But the apples, like fucking liquid magma. I eat a lot of kids' cuisines also now. I see them in the store and it just makes me gag. I pretty much lived on TV. Daryl Boggs, ladies and gentlemen. Daryl Boggs out here working for you so you guys can get your fucking mail on time. Okay, Daryl Boggs says, I pretty much lived on TV dinners because my mom liked to often drink a little too much. Oh, right. And that TV dinners, kind of an easy thing. You can't really burn it. Well, I guess you can. You can leave it in the microwave way too long. Spaghetti omelet. Yes. Does anybody here ever had pizza soup? Just me and the Italian family. Pizza soup was really good. You just soak it, you put it in a blender, and you add some. We would add like marinara to it, and then you have like a couple of slices leftover pizza, and then we would add like some beef stock, and then you just blend it up, and it would be pizza soup. Blend it up, pour it in a pan, cook it up till it got warm. Anyway, it's actually pretty good. I'm not like this. I haven't dated anything since. Wait. I haven't dated anything since last night at 6. This is making me want to eat. Oh, you haven't eaten anything. You haven't aided? You haven't aided anything? Is that what it is? One key ingredient is used for meatloaf is Lipton onion soup. Oh, the package. Yep. I got you there, brother. I made dank elk. That means good, everybody. I found that out. Dank is good. So made a dank elk ground backstrap meatloaf once. It was pretty dank. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jeremy. My mom can't cook. She would make shepherd. I love shepherd's pie, except there would be no. What the fuck? Really? It would just be ground mince and veggies in a pan with mashed potatoes on top. Well, now technically, a shepherd's pan or a shepherd's pie only does have mashed potatoes on top, unless you're thinking of like one of those. What are the other ones? Kind of like a pot pie, but a little bit different. Pizza soup is that crap that made in Chicago, right? What's that? Is that the crap they make in Chicago? They might. I don't know. I grew up with it. I live in Seattle. My Italian family's out here, so I grew up on that. Whoever has leftover pizza, there would never be soup. See, in our household, when you have like the pizza, it was like we ordered an extra pizza on top of the extra pizza that we wanted to order. So there would always be extra pizza, and there would still only be like 2 or 3 slices left. Pizza soup sounds like it would cure a hangover. It's honestly really good because it's the dough, and then when it just ends up making a pretty decently like thick kind of creamy soup. But a pie should have pastry, right? My mom made the pie without the pastry. So the shepherd's pie, that one has the mashed potatoes on top. But what you... Ooh. Sorry, somebody's at my front gate. So I think my daughter's home. So yeah, the shepherd's pie, you usually have the mashed potatoes on top, and then you take a fork and you flake it up. And then you can kind of brush it sometimes with like butter or something like that. And when you put it in the oven, then it bakes it and kind of crisps up the top of the potatoes, makes it nice and moist on the inside. Moist. Next one. What about sloppy joes? Let's get your thoughts on sloppy joes. Emily, I'm gonna need your thoughts on a sloppy joe. So a sloppy joe, Emily, is a can of tomato sauce with like peppers and onions and ground beef that's already cooked up and ready to go. All you got to do is heat it up, and you put that on a good old hamburger bun. Maybe add something to it like they have here. Looks like pickles and lettuce, but we would never add anything. Sloppy joe is just good old sloppy joe. That's exactly like it sounds. You eat it like it sounds. Let's see here. Is that like chili con carne again? No, not like chili con carne. This is like it's a little bit different. Kind of has, I don't even know it's like a ketchupy, barbecue-y, but not really tomatoey sauce. Gosh, I don't even know what the flavor of that would be like. It's just, Sloppy Joe. Yeah. Whoops. Sloppy Joe. Kelly says gross. Sloppy Joes. I will still eat it. See, I make a real thick Sloppy Joe for the kids. Like I make it so it's like pretty dense, right? So then it's not as messy. But then also, I mean, Sloppy Joe tacos is another fun thing to make. If you do Sloppy Joe, you do that, and then you do some shredded cheddar cheese, a little bit of lettuce and tomatoes. It's like your little taco. Anyway, I make my Sloppy Joes from scratch. I don't use no man witch. A man witch. I love it. Man, I'm sleepy and hungry. I'm gonna drift off to food land. You? Fucking, I'm almost at 100 hours of no food. Love Sloppy Joes. Love the barbecue flavor. Yes, Sloppy Joe, man, witch for the win. A Sloppy Joe in Australia is a jumper like a hoodie. A jumper like a hoodie is a Sloppy Joe? Is that because you're lazy, like a lazy Joe? Like I love these terms. I love when Emily comes on here and we actually get the good Australian, from down under terms that we don't know up here. Sloppy Joe brand is and was the best. No, Emily, it is sweet, almost like a little barbecue sauce tomato paste. It's basically, it's like tomato paste, meat, and like barbecue sauce, a little bit of peppers and onions, flavoring and stuff like that. Jake Fratelli's, hey, he's eating my extra pizza. Francis, you want extra pizza, huh? Come on. Let's shoot each other over the extra pizza with pepperoni. Daughter. Oh, put it in there for Xander. Oh, okay. My daughter got home from taking her two driver's ed tests, actually. Ketchup, vinegar, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder. Perfect. I don't have to spend the $500 on another round of. No, that's the Sloppy Joe. We're talking about old school 1980. You can come in and say hi. Go and take your stuff off and then come over here and say hi. There you go. Okay, go ahead. Sloppy Joe over white rice. Sloppy Joe over white rice? I never ate white rice growing up because my stepdad always ate white rice, boiled chicken breast with salt and pepper, and broccoli. And I hated it. Thank you. Let's see here. What do we got? What's next? Sloppy Joe corn dogs. I think I could get behind that. Let's see. Oh, let's get to the next one too, really quick, so we can talk about this one. How about this one? Ready? You ready? Is everybody ready? Does anybody remember? Let's see. Oh man, why is it so small? That's what she said. I can't zoom in. Oh, there we go. Whoa. I guess I can. There we go. Spaghetti dinner. Chef Boyardee, the complete spaghetti dinner. Did anybody have any of this garbage? My grandma would never allow this. You do not put sauce on top of the pasta. You put it inside with the pasta, and then you cook it to let it infuse into that. If anybody does this, you're nasty. My dad was the cook. My mom did dessert, salads, casserole. I can't cook either. Jeremy Purvis is the cook. I can cook. I'm a really fucking good cook. I like Sloppy Joes. Trace won't eat it. You got to trick him. You got to put a Sloppy Joe inside something that he likes and see if he eats it. Like when you have a dog and they're trying to take medicine. Do share, Brad. Do share. Sloppy Joe corn dogs. I know, right? Can't beat beans on toast or crisp sandwich. I learned about the beans on toast and a crisp sandwich from Paul. When Paul came out here, we talked about that. We were actually going to do a little. We probably still could. So we're going to do one where I teach him on here online, right? Teach him how to do a proper peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then he teaches me how to do beans on toast, right? So everybody's got their little ways, right? Mac and cheese, cut up hot dogs mixed in. Kids still do that today. Chef Boyardee spaghetti dinner. Did anybody do that? Or did everybody's mom actually make an actual one? Like an actual spaghetti? I've never even heard of that. I think this was actually from the 70s, and it kind of traversed into the 80s. Lasagna in a box that you make. Yeah, I remember that one too. The noodles always came out like rubbery. Grilled cheese with tomato soups. Oh, that is a classic. That is a classic. I'll pass on beans on toast. Nasty. Red beans and rice. I cannot find the company that made the sauce for the red beans anymore. Next one. What about, did everybody have taco night? We had not just a taco night, okay? We had, my stepmom would make a taco sheet pan. So get this. She'd have like, she'd melt the cheese in the oven, but she would cook like, she would have the beans would be warm, right? And she put the beans down and on like a big cookie sheet, right? And then she would do the ground beef, and then she would do like lettuce, tomatoes, and cheese on top, and then she'd put it in the oven on broil and melt the cheese a little bit, right? And then when you were ready, you would like spatula a chunk of it into a bowl and then use tortilla chips like a dip. Now, to me, that just seems like a lot of fucking extra energy to put it on the sheet pan to have to then scoop it off, right? Wouldn't it be better just to build it in the bowl? Anyway, I had my questions as a kid. I was so picky. I've gotten better. I've never had spaghetti with sauce till I was an adult. I just had buttered noodles. Did you not like spaghetti sauce, like meat sauce or a marinara? Good gravy? Gravy, sorry. Good gravy. Gravy, in Italian term, is sauce. Marinara, good stuff. I'm still sad that they don't make SpaghettiOs with hot dogs in it anymore. Wait, they don't? Are you sure? I thought I saw that in the store the other day. Maybe they don't. Maybe my eyes are playing tricks on me. Layered American tacos, right? And horrible. White people taco night. Yeah, exactly. It was Mormon people taco night. My step family is Mormon. So any Mormons in here, you guys do tacos like shit. We are eating manwich right now. My 16-year-old asked if we could because I used to make it when they were little. That is awesome. I love that. Eating the manwich right now. We had a soft burritos night we called tacos. Yeah, same thing. Taco night, I think it could be burritos too, or taco bowls. I can give you a good recipe for Spanish rice and beans. We always use flour tortillas. Yeah, same, right? For me, I'm a flour tortilla person. I do like a crunchy taco every now and then, but I love flour tortillas. I love putting the flour tortilla in a pan, right? Get it nice and crispy with some cheese. Like melt the cheese in the pan and then put the tortilla down and then flip it. And when that's getting kind of crispy, you build your burrito inside of there and you fold it over, and it's like a big flour tortilla crunchy taco type thing. Frito pie, Fritos with chili on. Oh, Frito pie are the best. Cheese, sour cream, whatever else you want to top. Yeah, it was. My mom would always do Mexican corn, so like it would be like the Fritos and the chili and stuff like that, But we would do the big Fritos, right? And do this. So it was chili, cheese, sour cream, and then it would be like corn on top, and then it would be like the cojita cheese, and then you would use the big Fritos to dip and eat it like that. Oh yeah, forgot about those. Those are good. What about this one? The last one. Does anybody know what this gloriousness is? I actually make a top shelf version of this, but this is a tater tot casserole. This is how you trick your kids into eating stuff. You put beef and you put tater tots, and kids want to eat it, but then you put in some carrots and some onions, and you put in some peas, and then you're like, here, just eat it all, right? I still don't like marinara sauce and no chunky tips or sauces. Let's see, you make tacos like shit, right? I'm just saying, the Mormons, just that side. And you know what? It wasn't just my step family. It was like other Mormon families, like they would do the same shit, and I'm like, who fucked up along the line and started making tacos like that? Works with. That's true. That is true. I make peanut butter and jelly fucking tortillas. If I don't have bread, put peanut butter and jelly and fold it in half, make a little taco. Melted cheese. Yeah. Right? I want tacos right now, so do I. Tater tot casserole. Love me some tots. I was hoping Emily would still be in here for the tater tot casserole, because that's funny. So if anybody doesn't know tater tot casserole, usually you do ground beef. What you do is you can pack it down on the bottom, right? And then if you want to add mushrooms or things like that. But the only other thing you would do is you put in a little beef stock, and then you would sprinkle the peas and onions and carrots if you wanted to, and then put the tater tots on top. And then usually on top, depending on who you were, you could have different kinds of things. But like my mom would always use cream of mushroom soup would go on the top. Because we always had cream of mushroom soup all the fucking time. So here's mine. So I make tater tot casseroles, but I make them in these little tiny mini like pie dishes, right? And I do crispy crown for the top, right? For the instead of tater tots, because they're flat, a little bit easier to crisp them up pretty good. But then I do different kind of wild mushrooms with a little bit of a sauce in there, and then put some veggies and stuff. And then I usually do stacked thinly sliced like steak, like ribeyes or something, right? And you can stack that in there, and then when you cook it all together, it's fucking amazing. Let's see, we make it, but we don't put veggies in it, right? Yeah, see, when I made it for the kids, I never put veggies in it. Look up white people taco night. Now I'm gonna have to look up white people taco night. Hold on, let me look this up. Let me look up white people taco night. Whoops. White people. It's just I like how it started to fill it out for me. What am I looking for here? Am I looking for okay, so I'm gonna let me turn off the music and let me put this on the stage. Oh shit, I did not mean to do that. Let me put this on the stage. Let me do this, and then let me bring somebody in here. Bam, just like that. What is up, Jay? How you doing, bud?
Oh, am I here? Is this happening?
You're happening. You're live now, bro.
Don't mind me. I just
no, dude, get comfy. Do your thing, my man. I'm gonna throw on this on the screen. I'm gonna see. Hold on, if I can actually bring this on. Brad
it's so good to see you, man.
Hold on.
I know you're doing stuff, but it's so good to hear your voice.
Bud, it's good to see you, man. It's good to hear your voice as well, my man. I don't know if you probably didn't. Oh, hold on. Let me pause this guy talking. There we go. I don't know if you heard earlier, but so I had surgery this week for my second battle of cancer this year.
So you're talking about it publicly. I knew we were coming up to this.
Yeah, and so I had the surgery and got it all good to go. Going to do a test next week, just as a double check type of thing. But everything's good. Been really proactive, and I got to tell everybody in here, please stay friggin'. Let me pull this. I'll do this. I'll do the white people tacos in a second. Please be super friggin' proactive and everything, because I caught stage 0 colon cancer and stage 1A testicular cancer. So like you can't like colonoscopy for one and going through my groin for like a little tiny incision and pull it out and you're gone. Like you can't get any better than friggin' getting rid of shit like that without having to do like chemo and radiation and things like that,
right.
Let's see. Oh, whoops. What do we got here? My mom used the canned cheddar soup. Yeah, that's true. So we're talking about some of the good old 80s dishes that our moms used to make us, and the last one was a good tater tot casserole. Have you ever had tater tot casserole?
No, I don't think so. But I'm like in my hometown right now, like in the area where I grew up. So I'm doing what you're talking about. I'm going to my old favorite restaurants that are still around. I'm getting the cheeseburger here or the pasta here or whatever. So
heck yeah,
there's something about that nostalgia where it's comfort food. It makes you feel good inside.
Right, exactly. Especially when you go into those old places that you remember going to when you were younger. Like when you're when you're walking to those. Like I still live relatively close to the town I grew up, and I go in there and there's a place called Happy Donuts, and I don't know what coffee they use. I feel like they make their own beans. They've made their own, like they're not like no Starbucks, no Delano's, no, Tully's. It's like, for some reason, it's like, we just got coffee, but that coffee is always the best smelling, best tasting. And then they do just donuts and they've been in business for, I don't know how long, but every time I drive by, I look, I'm like, they're still alive through everything.
Coffee and donuts, classic.
Beanie weenies, Cheryl. I don't know what beanie weenies are. Beanie weenies.
Well, I'm guessing that might be hot dogs and beans, like baked beans and cut up hot dogs
and maybe? Hot dogs. Okay, that might be. Cheryl, let me know if that's it, because I know we were talking about chili and hot dogs. When you cut up the chili, or the hot dogs and like mac and cheese, the cheapo.
As an adult, I still do that.
I do it on that different kind of level. When you make that homemade mac and cheese, I do cheddar brats in it. right? And then
Whoa.
just kinda and balance it out a little bit. But that's the thing is I think it's so nostalgic that it's fun to have it, and I cook it for my kids that way. But then I'm
Mhm.
like, "Hey, look, this is what our parents could have done for us back in the day. Let's eat it this way, right?" Yes, I'm still fasting. I'm doing calisthenics, so I do 30 minutes a day because I don't want to push it. I did my first broth last night to get some protein, and I am now at almost 100 hours of no food and just good old water and lemon water and broth and some electrolytes. So I'm gonna get as far as I can. I'm gonna make sure I pay attention to my body, and I'm gonna get to that point to where I'm just, I'm not gonna be like I'm starving for 3 days and my insides feel like I just kind of listen and I know that like,
Yep.
okay, I'm drinking water. And somebody has brought this up. They're a dietitian and they were just checking on me. And I said, it's like, when your body's not retaining that water, you're peeing all the time and you're
Yep.
drinking water, but not retaining it. So then it's like,
Yep.
okay, cool. Then I go in the kitchen and I'm like, little dab, get a little salt. Then I do, hanging out, doing some stuff, then a little bit more salt, then drink some water and you start to retain it. I got a little Pedialyte electrolytes. I got
Yeah.
some lemon that I use lemon water, and then my broth. I made a homemade broth, bone broth, and then I do cups of that every now and then when I get a little stressed out and I'm getting a little hangry. I got to get that. But the good thing is since Sunday when I started for this week, I am now down 5 pounds just this week, and total since May, the end ish, the May in like the beginning of May, middle of May, I think I was 368 pounds. I had lost some weight. And then when I got to, when you saw me at the 40th anniversary for the Goonies, it was I think it was about 340 something, right?
See, it's
345. And now
you
310.
nobody would ever guess that because
Oh
you're
no,
you're a
people guess
big guy and then
260.
you wear it well and you're all muscle. So like you would never guess that.
Well, I tell you, I love when somebody says that, but I feel it more than anything,
Okay.
that
Yeah.
weight, that carrying
Yep.
it around. And when people are like, "You look like you're 260." I'm like, when they guess, they say 260, maybe 270, and I'm
I'm
like, 260 was the last time I had a six pack without trying. That's my
Yeah.
weight.
But
I
that's
call
what
that
I
my
would have
six
guessed
pack
too,
weight.
because based on our knowledge, it's like, oh,
Mhm.
well, how could where could all that weight go? You're
Right?
standing right there.
And then it's funny too because when I get to about 340, 350, my thighs around are 32 inches.
Wow.
Right? I put that in perspective for like you got like Daryl or something, right? Who I know doesn't even wear probably a 30.
My
So
waist is
my legs
32
right
inches.
now,
Yeah.
yeah, my legs right now are like I can put a belt around it and be like, there you go, that's your waist. That's the same thing.
Hilarious.
But for me, it's the I'm done carrying it. I'm done. I wanna be able to be more active, doing more things, and I'll be more comfortable. I My goal is to get down to the large, which is so funny I say this, that when I am 250, 260, I can actually wear large shirts. It's the weirdest thing. Like it doesn't even look like it's spandex on me. It's just the way I carry my weight and distribute it that
Yeah.
it's just I can wear a large and an extra large shirt. But I have a bunch of extra large, I have like 70 plus graphic tees that are
Hmm.
vintage ones that I have that I collected from like the 80s and newer ones that are kind of, retro style. And
Yeah.
I looked at them and that was my goal. I literally looked at them and I was like, oh man, I want to wear these. And so I was like, let's go. Funny how that was the thing that really got me to think about losing weight again.
Well, I didn't know you were doing the fast to lose weight. I fast from time to time, but it's basically what you were
Uh,
talking about, intuition, listening to my body. Sometimes I just feel like I've eaten too much processed crap for the last few weeks or whatever the heck. And then I just need to kind of take a break.
Detox, right?
And
Get it out of your
yeah,
system.
and it's not even intentional. It's not even a certain amount of time, but sometimes it'll be a day, sometimes it'll be 2 days, sometimes it'll be 3 days, like you're talking about. Still
This
drinking water, still having, Gatorade or whatever, you were talking about
mhm.
Pedialyte, something like that. But even sometimes now introducing natural fruit juices, as well, like an apple cider or something like that.
Yeah.
So you are getting some caloric intake, but something about getting like you're right about the detox. It's getting
Well,
those
your
the shit
body
that's in
does
you out.
there's a certain thing that your body does after that 24-hour period, and then there's
Uh,
something else it does, and I forget, and I don't even wanna say it because I'm gonna get the words wrong, but then after 48 hours, there's something else that happens from the 48 to the 72, and they have, like, clinically found that because it's recycling and basically creating more white warriors, your white blood cells, it's
yes.
it's pushing everything out. But in that moment that it does that, your body goes into fight or flight, and the one
Yep.
thing that can't live in your body during that time is cancer.
Yep.
And so
I'm
doing
glad you brought that up.
at one time and cure cancer, but doing that definitely will help for that idea that like, hey, let's be proactive. Can you figure that? Can you do this once a month? Can you do this? Can you fast for maybe 2 days every couple of weeks? And I kind of wanted to bring an awareness to something that I found out, but then also something that I've done, like you said, naturally. Like you just,
Yeah.
I get to that point, I'm like, fuck, I haven't eaten for like almost the whole day. I'm like, sometimes I'll start drinking water. I'm like, I wonder how far I can go.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because it's like, why not?
Yeah, that's all very interesting. Yeah.
But
I didn't know about the white blood cell thing, but it does seem like there's a reset that goes on where all of a sudden I feel better. There's a flush.
word for it that I don't know, and it's like an auto some. If somebody in the chat knows, let me know. Let's get through some of these friggin' things here. Pigs in a blanket, yes, love me some pigs in a blanket.
Absolutely.
Ground hamburger. Is that just you just eat some ground hamberger, huh?
Why not? I'm in.
Your tater casserole.
It's like a sloppy Joe without the slop. Just
right, exactly. I remember my mom we used to have nothing to make, so it was hamburger patties. My mom would put a little bit of ketchup on that, and then she'd like open up a friggin' can of green beans and was like, here you go.
On top of it.
But it was weird because my family was amazing at cooking homemade Italian like meals and stuff. But it was just in the 80s, it was like accessibility was the best thing. So it was like, what can we get for cheap and quick? Smokies in a blanket. Oh yeah, I do love them. What is up, Allie? How you doing? Happy Thursday.
Hey, you guys. Never
this
gets
Saturday,
old. It'll never get old.
I'm gonna be turning my truck even more into a Goonies truck, but I got another idea for it. So I have a grill that a buddy of mine had for his Dodge that he doesn't want. It's a black front grill that's just instead of like the chrome Dodge in the front, right? So it's just like a mesh looking thing with nothing on it. So I'm gonna paint Goonies on the top, but I'm gonna cut out a part on the bottom. So the front of my truck's gonna look like Knight Rider. Boom, boom.
Oh, nice. Boom.
And then another one of my buddies is going to help me, and we're going to put a piece of plywood on the back of my truck so I can actually like screw it down because I have a cover, right?
Oh, so okay. So you're making like a stage in the back or something?
So what it is going to be is I have the cover that goes over the top. So what I want to do is on top of that, I'm going to have it to where I can like actually brace it to the back, and we're going to make the back of my truck look like Back to the Future. And I'm going to actually do some. So basically, yeah, my truck is going to be, I'm going to have a Ghostbuster symbol on there. I'm going to have this thing, maybe even a little Ecto top, but I'm going to turn this into
you're doing Ready Player One.
Yes, right. Just this nostalgia, this perfect little, yeah. And paying homage to that, but it'll be mostly Goonies, right? Just a little bits in here and there from stuff. But
yep.
What's up, daughter? How you doing? Come say hi. You don't have to. I mean, if you're going to get some food, I don't want to, you look like you're withering away, daughter. So here, come in here and say hi. This is yeah, you did. You gotta put your here. Can you put your leg up here? So my daughter wants to show off her pajamas.
Oh, cool.
And good
Super Mario
fashion
Brothers.
like my daughter, which is funny because then you look at her shirt that she's wearing and it says Slayer. So that's how my daughter works. What's
definitely
up?
Your daughter.
This is Jay. If you want to say hi to Jay.
What up? I go by Jay at school.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
That's Jade. Jay. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard one to do.
I have a friend named Jay.
Oh, do you? Yeah. All right, you gonna get some food? Okay, go get some food. I love you. You're the best. You're the best daughter I have. She goes, excuse me? No, I don't have other daughters. Jeez. Crazy. She's like, I better be your only daughter.
So can I give you a little kudos just for a sec? I mean, you're going through an awful lot, and yet here you are showing up with a great attitude, and you're still doing things, and you're still, I mean, like you're fasting right now. Some people would just pull the covers over their head and say, fuck it. And you're here doing your podcast. You're talking to people. You're helping other people by being here and talking to people. I just want to celebrate you for a second here, and I hope that you probably haven't taken a moment to pat yourself on the back, but like as somebody who's watching you go through all this stuff, I'm really impressed, and I love you, man. I'm here for you. I love you. I think you're doing a great job, and just know that people support you and love you.
Man, I appreciate you, brother, man. And you've reached out on occasion to just, between you and me and stuff like that to show your support when it comes to asking how I'm doing, things that are going on and things like that, man. And I really do appreciate it because
I care, man. We bonded for real. It wasn't like a TV
but
bond, you know.
But that's such a hard thing though for me, because sometimes, you know, and gosh, I mean, I guess for such a long period of time, you know, you meet people and they're in your life and they're out of your life and stuff. But for me, it was this transition of in the last 4 or 5 years of losing so much family, but then also like not like I did this whole therapy thing with my therapist, and it was sort of like for myself, let me stop contacting people for 1 year. For 1 year, I just don't want to contact anybody first, and I would respond if they reached out. It was, I think, 10 months, and I got a happy birthday from somebody, and it was funny because I had taken my birthday off of Facebook just so nobody would be reminded of my birthday, so nobody would think. And so there was a time where I did that, and that was before my Facebook got hacked a year ago, and I had like, gosh, lost between that and Instagram, I lost like 7,000 or 8,000 followers.
Oh,
and
wow.
So I kind of started over fresh. My shit got hacked, and I was like, well, I guess this is a great time to do it, right? And from that moment, I realized like I wasn't putting myself out there. I was sad, I was depressed, I was kind of putting myself in my own little hole. And so I wasn't making friends. I wasn't going out trying to make new friends or do anything. And then the 40th hit, and
you were forced to.
I was forced to come out of my own comfort zone and then be the Goonie that I am, right? And I just went up there. I was so nervous up there when I saw you guys down by the fence, and then Tom brought me up to tour the house, and I'm standing there with my arms crossed, and Dave's over here, and Bayman's walking over there, and Mark Marshall's over there, and I'm just standing there. I'm like, what am I even doing here? Like, I don't even know how I got on this side, right? And then next thing you know, it was like introductions and how you doing and everything. And oh my gosh, I remember you from this. And I'm like, what? And then now I get to call, you know, you and Bayman and Mark Marshall and Dave and people, friends, good friends.
We're all family.
We're all family, man. And I appreciate it, man, so much.
Well, but that's a two-way street. So do all of us. I hope you realize that.
I do, but I think when I'm in the camera, I just kind of look up at the top and I'm like, how are 17 people watching me right now? You know, like sometimes I'm like, I just got done talking about tater tot casserole, and you know, like I'm fasting, and look at behind me, there's a chunk. You know, like, I mean, sometimes I don't realize it, I think, but I love doing this. And when I struggle with wanting to come on, especially like I did tonight, Daryl, you know, being a co-host for Throwback Thursdays, you know, we play off each other. And when he said that he was dealing with work and they fucked him over at work, and then he ends up having to work 2 long days today and tomorrow, man, it just sucks because I feel that for him. But then I'm like, and then I get to the point where I'm like, everybody will understand if I don't do this, right? Like, it's in my head, so that's I play with that.
Yeah. If you don't beat yourself up if one night you decide, okay, I don't want to do it, because everyone will understand. But the fact that you haven't been doing, the fact that you do show up, even when you don't necessarily feel like it, is the hard part, man. That's what so much of us struggle with. So you are inspiring people simply by just being here. And I don't know if you realize that. And that's why I thought it was worth mentioning.
And I appreciate it.
And you look at people like Allie Brown here, who's sharing personal stuff. I'm finally getting a biopsy done on the girls next week. Kind of scared. Haven't really said anything public yet she's here talking to us about it.
And you're talking to you about it. You're saying it public right now, Allie.
Right. But because of you, I need you to, it's my mission to make sure you understand that you have so much value to this community, and that we all love you, and that we're happy you're here. I love seeing you pop up, even when it's against like our show. Like, I can't even watch it because I'm at the desk or, you know, doing the podcast or whatever. I still want to. I still have the FOMO.
Dude, and I it's so funny too, because there's times where I'm up on when I have yours up when I'm on the podcast and I'm in there. There's been times that I've messaged, and then like Ariel will be like, hey, what's up? You know, and I'm talking to her really quick, and we're kind of going back and forth. But it's funny because I'm typing, but then everybody knows that when I type, I don't talk on here because I can't do 2 things at once. And so then it's just funny because I'm on there and I pop up, and then she says, like, then she'll message me like on Facebook or something, and I'm just like, I just want to pop in and say hi. So it's awesome. And man, and I would love, I mean, I love the fact that, like, I mean, I look up to you when it comes to doing the podcast stuff, because like I didn't in my head, I didn't really think about it too much. I remember when Johnny back after the 40th had said, man, would you want to do something with me? And I was like, yeah, of course, man. I was like, I just have never wanted to do this for like 10 years, and then I just never did it. I never really
Right.
thought about it, and then it wasn't until, after everything had kind of happened, and then it was like, okay, I guess I'm gonna do this now. Like, this is a thing. And then of course, like a dumbass, I go, let me just do like 3 or 4 shows a week because one's not enough, right? But it was the ideas of the different things. It was like, let's build a structure that goes Warrior Health, and let's be there, and let's just at least show up for people, and no fucking filter. It's just a place you can unload on a Friday, and then a Throwback Thursday is because we all love retro, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, Rain, are you doing a lot of friggin' work right now? You better not be doing it right now because you're on the podcast. Get in trouble. Just saying, Rain. Rain lives down in Astoria too.
I know, right up the street from the Goondocks. So, I mean, I know what you mean when you say that, how you jumped in. Nicole and I did the podcast 4 days a week when we first started. We were like, we did Monday through Thursday, and then Friday we would drive up the mountain for Breakfast Club, and that would be like a public thing. And I don't know how long we did that, other than that's why we have so many shows in the can, is because in the beginning we did so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think we probably had a guest for more than half of them, and then the rest were just us, husband and wife, talking at the dining room table about kind of what you do, real life stuff, what she was going through, what we were going through, what friends of ours were going through, and in the weirdest way, some of those early ones are my favorite shows we ever did because, Nicole was able-bodied. She could speak. You could understand her. She had her own thoughts, and she was able to gather them and communicate them. And it's funny. It just listening to you talk about it makes me want to go back and watch some of those early ones of mine. I haven't watched much of that stuff just because I miss Nicole so much.
And I couldn't.
Ironically, that doesn't help.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, I think the fact that you jumped in so hardcore is one of the reasons it's working too. And also the other thing, and I don't know if you realize this, it's the fact that you're going through stuff right now is part of the draw. Everyone's going through stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have a host who's kind of like, life is great, and that is awesome,
right?
It's not very relatable these days when everybody else is going through stuff. So like the fact that you have real things and you're willing to talk about them on the show with people, and then that gets them to share, it's like this perpetual motion machine that, whether you realize it or not, you're the forum for. You're providing the service.
And man, I thank you for that, because it's and you were a huge advocate in the beginning too, of when you said that first, when you were like, man, I love that you're doing that, like the mental health stuff. You said, I love that you're doing
huge.
And for me, I didn't know how that was going to be received, but it's always been something that I've been passionate about. Like, for me, wanting to do the podcast was just kind of like a gateway into trying to be like a motivational speaker. I was like, let me get my name out there, let me do this, and then let me learn stuff, and then I'll talk to people. And for me, I was like, I'm a clinical guy. Like, I don't know this. I'm not a therapy kind of guy. Like, when it comes to like, I don't know the therapist little tips and tricks and stuff. It's like, I've gone through therapy and I've had medical
probably works
issues,
to your advantage,
right? And so I think just the talking part of that is that, like you said, like that advantage of the real day-to-day, like this is what we're dealing with, and I get on those podcasts and on the Mondays, and I sometimes don't understand what's going on. I'm just like, can we get to the Thursday? Can we get to the fun? Because I know I'm going to start crying to myself about something, right? Because of that. But then next thing you know, I look up and I'm like 23 people, and I'm like, I better start talking about something, right? And everybody that's in here, and I think that's the reason why I kind of like went with the whole fan cast, is because, man, it's sort of just, what do people want to talk about and do? Like right now we're talking about the mental health stuff on a Throwback Thursday, but yet we already did some Throwback Thursday stuff. So I kind of feel like all of the podcasts have a main topic, and then it's sort of like, where do we want it to go? Like, it doesn't matter.
That's life, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's a conversation with people. And we have, yes, pork and beans with a cup of hot dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what Frank's and Beans, we called it where I grew up.
Frank's, which is always reminds me of something about Mary when he's
of course, yes.
When he's like, Frank's and beans, Frank's and beans. How'd you get the beans above the Frank? When he zipped this. Oh my gosh. Oh shoot, I just canceled that out. They do that. You work at an imaging center. I can. Oh. I like to see, and I love how they get in the chat and they start talking about it. Just like, let me jump in with Allie. let me talk about the stuff that she just brought up when it came to this. And then they get in the chat, and it's like a bunch of soldiers, a bunch of warriors that are just in here, and they're just like, let me help you, let me help somebody else. And I know there's a lot of people that are like, they're friend, like, let me be friends with you, and I like this topic, and you're talking about this, and let me be friends. And so they're constantly friend requesting. But what people don't realize is how many times I get messages from people going, hey, so what's the deal with so and so? And I'm like, oh yeah, I've known them since this, and I met them here. And they're like, okay, so they're because we've been talking for like the last week. And I'm like, oh really? Like, and I in my head I'm like, those are the two most random people I would never think are talking. And yet
they connected on your thing.
But they connected on here, and next thing you know, they're talking and having a good time. And I think that's the main thing. Allie says, we need to say I have so many questions, and I'm that patient. And Allie, to reach out to me because you live like 15-20 minutes from me, and you know that you can get a hug anytime, and that we got to get to Astoria soon and get your butt down there. I mean, she even came on the podcast one time, and she had her daughter bugging her, and I'm just like, man, that's how we do. That's how we roll.
Well, so I mean, speaking of nostalgic and retro, let's throw back to the 40th. I think we're going to try and put together a little mini reunion when I get out there in December. Is that close enough for you to?
I'll be out there for New Year's, and I plan on being there like around December 21st because there's another house coin out there anybody wanted me to look at. But when are you talking?
Probably closer to then. I think I'm in this area till like the 15th, not this area, but like the East Coast till like the 15th. And then I will start heading back westward.
Oh, that might be perfect. I mean, regardless, I mean, I can make it down there, even if it's for a day. I mean, it's a 2.5-hour trip for me. So I will come down there.
Because Brandon, BC DeLorean, he's talking about coming down, and boy, I know there was more than just that. It seemed like the other day there was a handful. I just can't remember right now.
But no, count me in. I'm in, man, 100%. Man, I wish. I don't think Bayman and Liz were going to be back in town until after the 1st, but I'm not sure. But they're surprising. Sometimes it's just hey.
Yeah, they weren't planning on being there last December, but they just happened to be there when I was there. So
right. So
you never know. You never know.
We'll reach out to them. We'll apply a little bit of pressure on them. We'll be like, hey, you'd be a lot cooler if you were in Astoria.
Yeah, we'll remind them that we have the code to the house, so they probably should just show up.
There you go. Bayman, Liz, if you guys are jumping on and not saying anything right now,
we're coming anyway, so you may as well show up.
Coming in. Allie, I have had many biopsies. They have always turned out okay. Statistics are on your side. If you need someone to talk to, I'm here. I'm unfortunately well versed with all of that. Thank you for that, Rain, awesome. for saying that.
I think she just followed me recently, and I think I just followed her back too.
On Instagram?
Rain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The PNW, right?
Yeah, there's so many people that I either met or saw or waved to, whatever, that trip that you don't always know their handles, but it's been enough months now where like if somebody pops in enough times, I'm like, oh, okay. And then you look at and the mutual friends, they're like, oh, Dustin, in the Short Circuit House, and Dave
she hung out with us for Halloween with Bayman and Liz and stuff like that. She came up there, so she was hanging out with us, and then and of course Dave and Heather were there, and then it was awesome too that Mark had reached out to me right as it was getting dark, and he was like, hey, tell Bayman and Liz and for you and everybody there, I said, have a great Halloween, and, and tell them I said hi. And I'm like, and I don't know why I always do this, because now Mark and I are friends, but I'm like, Mark Marshall, everything. Like, hey, Mark Marshall, can we talk? You want to do a little video like that? So we got him on the porch, and Bayman and Daryl and myself and awesome. Dallas was behind us, and we were just talking to Mark, and it was just awesome. It's always good to hear from him, but it's always good to see him when we're out there talking and stuff.
Range says, this is my third one. I had a reduction years ago, and I've always thought it was maybe the scar tissue, but thank you, hon. I really appreciate
Allie,
it. So I've actually heard of that, where a breast reduction can leave scar tissue, which then for some reason the cancer cells tend to get around. Oh man, that was my number 2. Then I decided I was done with all of that.
Jeez.
It's amazing. So look at all these people that are all going through something or have been through something. Just be careful for anorexic. So it's not that. I understand why people are saying that, because what we're talking about sounds strange to them. It's not even a little bit strange to me, and I know it's not strange to you.
No, not at all. Not at all.
It is so annoying, honestly. They hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, because Allie, because Allie, I think she said that earlier that she had a breast reduction years
Oh,
ago.
so they both have. So it's the same thing.
Yeah. Whoa. A word I
Yes,
don't know
that's
how to
exactly
say.
right. That's
the
exactly
one.
right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Shauna. See? Super Mario
Oh,
Brothers. Yeah.
that's how far back we are when it comes to this. Slayer. There it is. Yep. See, that's how I know I have to catch up. Look at that. I love that though. You know what though? But it's fun too because I get
Yes, we
sometimes I
did
get
know that,
people
Whitney.
I get people that'll message me and they'll go hit the comments because they know that I'm getting behind. Because then I look at the time and I'm like, oh shit, that's how far back we are.
Yeah. So you put them up manually? I have to do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to put them up manually. Yeah, I can have them so they're up on the side, but I do my best to try to go through and present each one to at least get, even if I'm running behind Daryl and I'll sometimes do this, like, no way, really? Hell yes, let's celebrate Dustin. All that brings to the table. Oh, Emily,
Oh,
you're still
yeah.
here.
Right.
You. Love you, babe.
Hi, Emily.
Thinking
of you. Right on.
Gen X is strong as fuck. Yes.
Right
on.
on.
Yeah, we are the strongest. We're the only ones that can get through a zombie apocalypse. I tell you, zombie apocalypse happens. Gen X is the one that's living. I'm telling you, that's just how it is. What's up? How you doing, bro? Elliot, see him getting teary-eyed over here. No.
Yeah.
No. Don't do it. Just joking. Let it out. You know me.
So I think these are people agreeing with the love for you, just so you know.
Yeah, and that's how far back. And now I'm gonna get teary-eyed because I gotta go through these.
They're talking about you.
Steve, what is up, brother? How you doing, my man? I'm gonna come down
to do what
and
you're doing.
Steve, I'm gonna come down and see you when I'm in a story for New Year's too. That time. So let me know when your availability is.
We talk about everything. Exactly.
We do. Yes. And it's awesome that people are okay with that. Like they come in here and there's no expectations. They're like, what are we going to do tonight? Like there might be some topics like we did, but then it's like, it never goes down that road. I have great intentions of planning something until the plan falls through. And then we're just, winging it. And I'm like, I should just wing it each night. I guess.
So that's it. Don't you find afterwards that the show where you didn't have something to talk about, or you didn't, it's not all fully produced, that is awkward at first, and then it turns into something magical because of the people, because of some thought you had, some stream of consciousness or whatever. Do you find that at all?
Oh yeah, especially the no fucking filter nights are one of the best because, like, just here's a funny thing. So Daryl and myself and Murph, and then we had like some people on here and there, but we had one that we did, and because we were at we did one that was like almost 4 hours. It was like 3 hours and 48 minutes, right? That was like probably about a little over a month ago. And then I did one. Oh, Daryl and I had the Halloween thing, but then we did one and that was like, it was 5 hours and 15 minutes, and all of us were like, and Murph and I were drinking, having a good time. Daryl's having some drinks, like we're just on there. And it was funny because we were actively like 15 to 20 the whole time. Wow. And then this last one we just did, we couldn't get down. I couldn't get down under 10, and I said, oh yeah, if we get under 10, we're gonna close it down. We went 6 hours last Friday.
Wow.
And Murph, it was like 2 a.m. for Murph. And I'm like I didn't I'm thinking like, who cares that we're even on here? Like, who's still watching? She's in North Carolina.
Oh, so East Coast. Okay, yeah.
Emily, I'm gonna pay for shipping and see if you can squeeze into a box, and we're gonna ship you out here.
Yeah, let's
from
FedEx
Australia.
We'll FedEx her there.
For New Year's, we'll have the Australian. Yeah.
And yes, Allie said her birthday was December 17th.
There's a big birthday coming out. Allie?
Yeah, because she wants to come too for December.
Allie, let the more the merrier.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Let's do this.
I turned 39. Is that a
Me too.
Are you really 39, Allie? I'm turning 20. No. I had a guy the other day. I've been growing out my beard a little bit, and it just keeps getting wider and longer. But I had the guy that goes, he said something to me, and he goes, man, when I'm your age, he said something about like when he's my age, he was like, man, you don't have anything by your eyes. Do you do like the Botox? And I was like, no, I don't do Botox. I just stay out of the sun. I'm just not as old as you think. My eyes are light sensitive, right? And so I was like, I stay out of the sun a lot. And he goes, oh man, man, when I get to be by your age, he goes, how old are you? And I go, 46. And I go, you? And he goes, 47. And I looked at him and I go, yeah, but dude, you look way younger than me. He goes, no, I don't. I just thought you were older than me because you're gray hairs. And I'm like, well,
that's hilarious.
You gotta ask the question first.
So let me ask you about your gray hairs. Have you always had gray hair?
No.
Okay. Did that happen during traumatic experience? Did that happen from age?
Yeah, I guess you could say the traumatic experience. Well,
because I'm only asking because mine happened the year after Nicole died.
So yeah, I guess I
like
could say
literally
so.
The year after, which I was just in hell, like emotional hell. I went gray. Bizarre.
Mine was I had a full beard, grew my hair out. This is about 6 years ago because everybody was like, they're like, you can't grow your hair out. And I'm like, I got a full head of hair. I shave it on purpose, right? And they were like, no. So I grew it out. Big dark beard, everything. I had a high school reunion, stuff like that. So talking to people, holy shit, like you don't even look anything, you know. And I'm like, I know, blah blah blah. So I shave it all off. And this is like then like around like the COVID time, right? And stuff. And I had shaved it all off to like a 5 o'clock shadow. Well, I had stressed out so much over bills and things. So during COVID, I wasn't one of those lucky people that was like, go home and don't work. And we're going to give you a bunch of extra money. My company sold masks that were 3M rated because I worked for a construction company or a supply store. And we stayed open, but I only got 50% of the hours. So I was living off of my savings that I was saving up for a house. I was living off my credit cards, and I had here I'll use this side. So on the other side, but it was from right underneath my lip around here, there was a patch the size of 2 silver dollars of bald, and then I had a patch of bald, and then I had a patch on the back that was bald
from stress, right?
Yeah, from stress, right? And then I had shaved everything, and when I grew my beard back out, I had to get cortisone shots in my face to have the hair grow back. And when everything grew back, it literally went to white. Like I skipped the grays. Like I literally,
me too. I skipped the grays.
Like it's just the white hair. It's like now I got the salt and pepper through there, but the beard is just like I'm like, well, there we go. I got this look now. Here we go. And it's funny because here's the dark. And then this side just happens to keep on going white. So I'm like, there's no balance or symmetry to my face. Right. But I just was growing it out because the kids were like, yes, grow out your facial hair.
That looks good.
Allie, I hope that's for me because I miss you too. Jeremy, I want to visit you guys. Let's go. New Year's. Let's go. Everybody come down. Let's see. So Daryl's still trying to make this work, but I think Daryl's going to be down there for New Year's. Brooke and Christian are going to be down there. Kelly's going to be down there. Myself, Becky and her husband. There's going to be, let's see, Joe Camizzi and his fiance. Of course, Dave Knight and his wife Heather are going to be there. Of course, there was a couple other people I think that were going to be showing up, staying in like a hotel and stuff. So man, yeah, it should be fun. Oh yes, please take me to Dead Man's Cove. I have yet to go there.
Where is that?
It's down. Let me Google it here really quick. It's down there. It's south of Cannon Beach, I think.
Oh, cool.
There, or no, maybe it's not. What am I thinking of? I'm thinking of the other one. Dead Man's Cove is in Washington, isn't it? Is that the right one? Hey,
I age like fine wine. She said, "LOL."
Oh, is that what she? Is that what? I
must be the Filipina in me.
That Filipinos do, yeah, they do have a tendency to look young. Same with Japanese women. Japanese women are the same. My brother, my half brother, he's married to a Japanese woman. He lives in Japan, and her family, anybody that looks like they're in their late 20s to early 30s are all 50.
Wow.
Like I literally, like I could not. I was guessing 10 years above what I thought they looked like, and was still 5 years.
Wow.
Away. Like I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. We're going down hotel. Jen and Grandma will be. Yep. Shauna. Yep, that's right. Because her
behind if we do adult things, hilarious.
Yep, exactly. So it's going to be fun because we're going to have it. So I rented a house, and the owners are like, the reason why I would rather have you have it than anybody else is because we know you guys aren't going to get stupid drunk and puke everywhere in the house for New Year's, right? And so she's like, be loud, have fun. She goes, if I hear it, because she lives downstairs in the first level, and then we stay in the top 2 levels. So there's a.
Is this where you stayed last time? Same place?
Yeah. And so she procured it for me. She's like, every Goonies anniversary, it's yours. You can
love it.
Yeah, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Well, you've already proved yourself. You're established. You know what I mean? Like you didn't trash the place.
I didn't, right? Yeah, I even tried to help out with like the towels. I brought the towels down and put them in the kitchen so she didn't have to go up there and grab them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, secret spot. My bad. Secret spot.
Oh, excuse me.
Secret spot. Secret spot.
Cape
Dead Man Cove and
Disappointment.
Cape
Okay, yeah, that's
Disappointment.
okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey. Secret spot.
I'm reading it quietly. Nice.
I love it. Let's see. My mom was in her 70s, but she literally looks like she's in her 40s or
early exactly 50s. What you were just saying.
Yeah, seriously, that is like I mean, I love it for you, but I guess the only thing I have as a positive is like Italians actually are supposed to live longer, but then I also got the Viking blood, so I'm not sure how long we're supposed to live on that side of it. But
I think the Vikings would have lived longer if they didn't kill each other.
If they did, right? And you know what's funny is I did a lot of research with that, and it's people say they go like, "What happened to the Vikings?" And I said, "Well, when imagine somebody who likes to vacation. Well, if your entire family likes to vacation, they're apparently going to then just move away from each other. You're gonna let me go here, let me go there. So Vikings, they went across the world. They were in Rome, they were in Turkey, they were in Africa, they were everywhere in the Americas, like everywhere. They pushed out so much it thinned them out, and that's why everybody there's so much Viking culture today. There's like 80-something% more Viking culture than any other culture in the world.
What the fuck?
Look it up. It's crazy. The impact that the Vikings had because of everywhere they went, even to the Orient and stuff like that, in Asia.
Because they were explorers, right?
They were explorers. So they went and then they would share and trade and then they would breed. So then, of course, that blood just kind of went everywhere. So yeah, I found that out and I thought it was crazy. She has no idea what's coming when 2 beer bombs is activated. That's Daryl saying that for our host. She has no idea what's coming when 2 beer. No. Remember, Daryl, I told you 3 beer bogs is what I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see 3 beer bogs, which is probably the equivalent to 1/5 Dustin. So that's,
oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah, Daryl literally.
I am so glad I don't drink anymore.
When that's my thing is I rarely drink. So when I drink, it's always for like an occasion thing. I had a doctor ask me like, how often do you drink? And I was like, like how much? And it was like 2 or 3 beers or a couple glasses of wine or more, like, per week. And I was like, maybe that in like a month. Like the more I do the podcast, we have the Friday nights, I'll have a couple of drinks or something, right? But other than that, nothing big, right? Hey, daughter.
Hug.
Love you, Steve. Alopecia sucks. I struggled with it multiple times in my life, 3 times during the pandemic, and each time my hair hella changed once it finally grew back in. Yeah.
So that's interesting that yours grew back in.
So mine didn't grow. I had no idea what to do. And I had a friend and she was a dermatologist and she said, you should just go to a dermatologist under your insurance and stuff. And they'll just put some cortisone shots in your face. And I'm like, that sounds neat. No, thank you. And she was like, no, seriously, it'll help to have the hair grow because the steroids are there. Right. Yeah. And I go, okay. So they did it and it was just started growing back like within like a week.
I have 2 friends who got alopecia later in life. One, they're both famous. One is Jeffrey Ross, the comedian.
Oh yeah.
The roast master. So he used to have a full head of hair, and then one day he got something, and then his hair went away. And then just recently, like within the last 6 months, my friend Greg Grumberg, who you probably know from, he was on Lost and Alias, and he was the pilot on Lost, but he's been in Star Wars and Star Trek. He's J.J. Abrams' friend. He's been in everything ever. Heroes. And he has a full head of hair, and he's Italian, dark eyebrows, dark everything. All hair gone. He went in for a procedure or something, came out, some active gene was in his body or whatever, and then now he has no eyebrows, nothing anywhere. He looks like Uncle Fester. He's a professional actor.
And he was the one from Heroes. He used to do the mind reading and stuff, right? The pilot and lot, right? It was that same guy?
Yeah. I never watched Heroes, but that's the guy you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And he's in so many things. Yeah,
he's in cue ball now.
That's crazy because I think there was a most recent, like the Star Wars or something that he was in too. And like same thing.
This happened like 4 or 5 months ago.
That's crazy.
And he literally was like, bro, this is crazy. He's like, I'm not letting it get me down because my life is great, but like, holy shit.
Talk about a whole new set of roles. I mean, you can pull you can pull off a whole new set of roles with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
he's been posting that a lot. He's been posting other guys who are, a little round and bald and like whatever muscly. And he keeps saying like, well, if they do a life story on this guy, I'll definitely get the role.
Right. That's funny. I can play him in the next role. Yeah, look out.
Yeah,
But
but it's
no, but
crazy because you know what he used to
he
look
seems
like,
like
and
a
he
great
looks
guy.
so different now.
Oh yeah. I don't even I would imagine, would there be a picture that, I mean, is there a picture like out there, or is that just more recent to the point to where he hasn't?
It's out there. He's public with it now.
Oh, okay.
I will pull this up for you, and you can see.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh
him.
my gosh.
Right?
So
Can you believe that's the same guy?
It's all facial hair, eyebrows, hair, everything.
His whole body.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Isn't it? It's really crazy when you know what he used to look like. Like
Yeah.
there's not a hair on his body anymore. He doesn't have to shave or anything.
Yeah, that is, I mean, that is crazy. Like
Crazy.
that's, let me pull this up really quick for everybody to see, just in case, because I know
it's what he used to look like.
What
right?
he used to look like, right? Yeah. So there's what he used to look like. You guys probably have known him in a bunch of different things.
Perfect.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember him I loved his character in Heroes. Dude, he he looks like a kind of a bad, you know what he could play is Kingpin from freaking Marvel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a whole nether freaking role. Like
or if they ever bring the commish back or the Shield.
Right. So many roles, man. So many, but yeah, you're right. Then he's not, I mean, oh, there it is. I see the YouTube. It says, "What's happening to me?" Did a whole talk about it thing. Yeah, nice. That's
well, because he's an advocate for epilepsy because his son has epilepsy. So he does a podcast or a TV show called The Caregiver, and like he's a real big advocate for like for health and men's health and stuff. So for this to like happen to him and be so different, it's just weird.
Yeah,
it's like you're already dealing with a lot,
and then
God give
now
you this too.
And well, I can definitely say, man, it
she's
for
right,
whatever
Shauna,
people's
right.
faith is, and from people's beliefs when it comes to stuff, like I think the more and more I get put on my shoulders for things, I think I do realize more and more that like whatever you believe in, whatever God you believe in, whatever faith, or if you don't, you believe in evolution, that as humans and who we are, we're given certain things that we can or cannot deal with, right? Like there's certain things that you can and cannot deal with. And I think that the things you cannot deal with, but the things that you can deal with in your life, that you can go through, you're kind of put there for a reason, And for me, when my sister passed, for you, for your wife, there are certain things. You have somebody that's a loved one that's like that, that's so impactful on your life that maybe the opposite wouldn't have worked. Maybe it wouldn't have worked. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? And maybe wherever they go, maybe that's the reason why. Maybe, and I always say that, I'm a huge believer. I believe in heaven. I believe in Valhalla. I do believe in a lot of different beliefs and things like that. And some people tell me all the time, they're like, well, you got to pick one. No, you don't. In your religion, maybe you do. I said, for me, I believe in everything because it only makes sense if you believe in everything.
Correct.
Me, right?
I agree with that.
And for me,
you can't take one thing and not acknowledge the rest.
And exactly. And whenever something doesn't have an answer, I'm like, well, if you look over here, it's got an answer, right? And I think I get it. Maybe back in the day, and it's been 18 years for my sister and stuff, and it probably still is kind of hard to believe that, but I do believe that things do happen for a reason, and they happen to certain people because of that reason. And maybe when my sister was fighting brain cancer, and with your wife and her fight, maybe that's something that you and I couldn't do. Maybe we weren't strong enough then to even be able to deal with that, and maybe that was given to them in that moment because they were strong enough, and we played our roles in taking care of them during that time. Right? Like,
yes,
maybe
I think about this.
I'm okay with not being, I saw what my sister went through. There's no way in hell I would have been like, first time I would have been like, kill me. Just, you pull a softball sized tumor out of the frontal lobe of my brain. And then I guess I couldn't give birth to a, 8-month-old baby, but regardless, the pain and the things that she went through, I could not imagine. And I don't think I would have gone through that. I think I would have given up, honestly, during that time. And it takes a strong-willed person, and it takes certain people, and man, seeing some of the stuff, I don't just, hey, let me get a little heart. I go through all the pictures that you post. I go through the videos. I watch them all. I hear her voice. Like, I could pick her, if her voice were to be here right now, out of like probably 10 women, I could pick her voice because I know what it sounds like from those videos and things. And to me, that paying support and being able to do that is because you know, I would rather scroll by something than heart it. If I heart it's because I'm feeling
I'm
that in
invested.
that
Yeah.
moment. And going through those things, um, for you and having it be more recent. I'm over here about ready to rip off this. I'm like, I need a fidget spinner over here or something. But being so recent, and that's one of the reasons why, like, I do reach out to you, and I'm just like, what do you need? Like checking in on you, like, what do you? Because it's gonna be new for the next decade or more. You know?
Yeah, I relate to everything you just said about your sister and the like, oh, couldn't go through it or whatever. And I think that because I think about this a lot these days, I think that I probably rely a lot on the adage of like everything happens for a reason. And I know that some people think that's bullshit. Some people think it's trite. I don't care. I have to believe it because otherwise my shit doesn't make sense. Or your sister's story doesn't make sense. Like you have to believe that there's some other perspective that we don't have yet that makes it make sense. And the closest I can get just on the math of the Jay and Nicole is that, our little love story was so beautiful, even though it was short. And it was so powerful, even though it was short, that I feel like we probably, if you were to write this in a book and go like, why is what, if you're doing the script and, figuring out the Bible of like, what is this character doing and why and whatever, I think that probably we met so that I could take care of her and hold her hand out of this world. And I think that she probably met me so that she could use that time to get me ready for the life after. And that's all I got, because it's the only thing that makes sense. And then when I get there, it makes a lot of sense. The MS of it all, the advocacy of all that, like she did great work while she was suffering and dying. She did amazing things for the world just by being her, just by sharing her story like you're doing.
Yeah. And you can't, and it's so amazing to see when people do that. You're going through something, and you should be able to just be going through your thing. And in that moment, she's still like, I need to do this. You probably had to try to slow her down at times to be like, can you please like relax a second, like slow, like, you know what I'm saying? Like
constantly. Yeah. She wasn't able to do the things that she wanted to do. And she would wear herself out to the point of like being comatose with exhaustion because of what you're talking about. Like I had to be her sensors for everything. I was like, oh, it's too hot. Oh, we're too tired. Oh, it's, like all the different, oh, you haven't drank any water. And it's weird when you become a caregiver, because like that's not any of the stuff anybody tells you about, how your intuition tunes up, how you get that parent download a little bit that you got, I'm sure, when you had your kid, where like the eyes in the back of your head come, you have this extra sensory ability of like, I know if my wife's okay, even if I'm not around her.
Right.
Like I can feel it like a twin, or like, you just feel it.
There's a they say it when it comes to friendship, right? But I think that it plays more into that, with somebody that you love. And I think when you have like a true friend and somebody that you're with that you do love, and you're not battling all the time or bickering or whatever, but you're in that moment. They say that your true best friend, right? That and can feel the things that they're going through, and they can feel the things that you're going through when it comes to that stuff. And she was your best friend, and you were hers, and there was an imprint that was there that gave it to you, and you back to her. And so yours was, like you said, you're the protector, the caregiver, you're that for her. And she was the one that was prepping you, even though you didn't know it then.
I didn't.
But you know it now.
I do. I believe it I believe it in my heart. I know it to be true. So then it goes like, oh, all right, well, maybe that's, the book was always written and that's how it had to be. And, it doesn't make me feel any better about it, but it does give a little bit of like, it quells that why that we all feel, why your sister, why my wife, why anybody, why anybody, by the way, like why anybody,
every holiest person and every omnipotent being that was out there. I cursed them all out and was ready to fisticuffs. I was like, you want to take somebody, you come fucking take me. Like, come, let's go, right? Because you don't understand why that it's them. Why them? Why this
There was
amazing good person that is affecting everybody in such a positive way, and they have to go for some reason. No, never justified it. Still probably don't justify it. Although, like you, I just sort of.
Hey, look at this guy. Hey, look, we got another guy joining the pod. Speaking of mental health, here's Steve Kaz over here.
How's it going?
What's up? How you doing, man?
That's Dustin over here.
Hi, nice to meet you, Dustin. Well, virtually, that is.
We're doing a nostalgic throwback podcast, but we're really just talking about dealing with heavy shit.
Hey, that's nostalgic and that's throwback. I mean, technically, I'm throwing it back 18 years, and you know.
So I'm staying with him, and I've been at his house this whole time, and I've known him for 30 plus years. We met when I was 18 years old. Can you believe that?
Oh yeah. Damn, that's a long time, brother. I have one friend. I should probably check on him.
And he's my buddy who works at BMW. So all the servicing we're getting done at BMW, that's all thanks to him.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I can't actually fix anything. I'm really bad at that. I have a screwdriver and a hammer, and I push pencils.
Yeah. He's a service advisor. But he's been there for like 20 years? 24 years at BMW.
Oh, damn.
Sorry, my sleep tires put the kid to bed.
No, you're golden, brother. Don't worry.
He was in the sauna a minute ago.
I was. Jay has the sauna. Did he tell you he gets the sauna room when he's here?
I never even use it. The sauna's in the guest room. No joke.
Really?
Yeah.
And you don't use it?
I've never used it. He keeps telling me to. I've never done it. Maybe tonight.
Dude, I love him.
Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you, brother. No, man, I appreciate you coming on here and talking, man. And we're gonna do I know you got your trip, you got your stuff going on.
Yeah.
But let's do another Warrior Health podcast. Let's do another one like we did.
Absolutely. So what is that? Mondays?
Mondays. Yep.
I mean,
so Mondays when you can. I mean, if it's next, it doesn't really matter because I don't have anything planned or going on. Those ones I've been my friend Kim, she sent some of these and I want to be posting these, but they're.
Thank you, by the way, Whitney, if that was for me. Oh, badass motherfucker. I love it.
Yeah, so this is a badass motherfucker affirmations. It says 60 days of bold, unapologetic, kick-ass energy to motivate and dominate because weakness isn't an option. And so then they have little things like, let's see, badass affirmation today, embrace both your awesomeness and your assholeness. Right? So like there's a couple of good ones in here where you're like, okay, I like that. That makes sense. Let's see. Badass affirmation. You may not be able to control the bullshit life throws your way, but you are in complete fucking control of how the fuck you react to it.
Yep.
So beside the fact of just using the F word and making it just badass in its presentation, these affirmations are such a huge impact, I think, on the topics because I read two of them off, right? And then kind of talking about what the things that could affect you where you would have to implement those things, right? And then there's a couple other things I want to start doing. Somebody else sent them to me too. I can't remember who. We got Whitney. Do it. Use the sauna.
Nice. And Whitney, thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Oh, I went hella nerdy with my hair. I experimented with apple cider vinegar and showers, scalp massages, and antifungal remedies in the bald areas. I was tested for fungal and did not have ringworm or anything, but the antifungal medicine seemed to help. I also tried with vinegar mist in the areas, let dry, then rinse about an hour. Then I dry my hair and just on the bald spots, I would just put a tiny bit of the antifungal powder. Okay, so this is so was this your way of getting rid of the little balding, I call them the stress spots, because I feel like so many people get these things when they stress out and they don't know. When I see somebody that has one, I'm like, are you stressed out?
Right.
Like, is that normal? Is that, because I want to go get a cortisone shot and then stop stressing.
So like on animals, they get hot spots, right? Like where the fur will go, it won't grow or whatever.
Yep.
So it's the same kind of thing,
used
right?
To always get it. Yeah.
And it's got to just be stress related that then affects hormones and the growth in your body and all the different stuff.
Just your brain. When you get to that mode and you turn everything off and you shut down, it affects so many different things, man. How many people get anxiety and their stomach turns in knots and they feel like they got to throw up? That's just your mind turning everything and making it work like that too. That's how you got your hair back. So that all that stuff worked and it actually made it so your hair came back with all that. How'd you know to do all that? Was that
Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Was that a
to
YouTube
just,
home remedies and some
to
guy
just
on there was
figure
like,
out yourself.
and first you do this. Irie's like, let's do this. Like, here we go, round 3. But yeah, no, definitely we're gonna have to do that. And then I thought it'd be fun to have myself and Daryl and you and Brandon, and we'll do a little joint venture. We do 1 hour on one and 1 hour on the other, and we just swap over.
Oh my God, I love it.
We try to find maybe like a double topic. So it's the battle. So we do on one show we're battling for this thing, and then the next show we're doing it the opposite of it, or whatever it could be. It could be against the movies. It could be something that has to do with pop culture when it comes to that kind of stuff. Whatever it could be. It could be conspiracy theory night, and we just go down the rabbit holes, and everybody comes. We have 4 things, and everybody comes up with their own little conspiracies about it.
I'm down.
Right?
I'm in.
I wasn't sure that was going to work.
We should stand in and host each other's show.
Ooh, that would be hell yeah. That would be fun.
Hey,
you know
I'm
what?
Jay,
Actually,
welcome to the Warrior Mental Health Podcast, and you can be like, "Hi, I'm Dustin. This is Late Night Playset."
Dude, you know what? Actually, I told Daryl that I want to get a chance to come down to Cali and stuff like that because I just want to come down and visit. So you know what? Let's do that on one of those nights where I can actually sit there and do the show, and then we'll do the podcast and do it the other way, and friggin' maybe I'll bring a little toe to some of my stuff behind me. We'll just we'll have some fun with that. I love that idea. I think that'd be a fun crossover, man. Even more so than Raphael driving the Ecto-1 with Peter Venkman.
That was pretty good.
That was a commission piece I got from Donnie Tran. It was pretty cool. He signed it. He does the Ninja Turtles, like the coloring for like all their comics and stuff, and he signed that one for me. But it's a Raphael with Peter Venkman, kind of like this little 1980s throwback of Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I'm just realizing I can barely see it, but it's actually the 1A, and it is the Raphael the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is.
And the Ecto 1A from Ghostbusters 2.
Yep. There it is.
Which I'm going to go see in a couple days. In Jersey.
Are you?
Yeah. The car, not Raphael.
Yeah, the car.
Oh, how cool. Oh, that's very cool, man. Oh, so that's wild. It's the 1A, but he's got the regular Ghostbusters logo on it. Bravo. Mm-hmm. Bravo. That's how it should have been in the first place. It's funny. Speaking of retro, Jason Reitman asked his dad once, what's the deal with Ghostbusters 2? Why did they have the 2 on their uniforms in the car? Like, did they know they were in a sequel? Was his question.
Right? Like, now, well, here's the other thing is what I always thought was we're back. Like, here we are. We're back for the second time because they kept saying we're back too in the movie. But then again, you can't. It was a logo for Ghostbusters 2. It had nothing to do.
It was the logo for Ghostbusters 2. So Ivan Reitman's response was, yeah, that was probably a mistake. Right. He literally never thought about it. Like, they just went ahead and did it. They never actually had a meeting about it to say, oh, that's ridiculous. But I will say this, as an adult, having watched them all recently, this also kind of seems like peace, which is sort of the idea in the movie. They're trying to get the good vibes going because there's too many bad vibes that are negatively charging the slime, and then they need to positively charge it. So it kind of did seem somewhat appropriate, but they wouldn't know that going into it. You wouldn't have that on your car and your
and your outfits. Yeah, they would still just be the same old outfits.
Just like, yeah, that was probably a mistake.
He said Ghostbusters went bankrupt after the first movie. Keith lives in Vegas, and he is a very huge Ghostbusters fan. He has he has the proton pack. He has friggin' I could just probably sit here and name everything for the next hour and still probably come up short when it comes to those.
Well,
things.
I mean, I've got some history with the franchise as well. We've built a couple cars and some packs, and I put a proton pack on Bill Murray for the Scream Awards. But I think he's half right here. In the second movie, they talk about how the mayor stiffed them on the bill for the Dana Barrett apartment, complex job. And And then it just seems like there wasn't a need for the Ghostbusters. Maybe, after the cross rip in Manhattan, the ghosts went away, and it seemed like they just weren't needed much until the second movie. So, weren't they doing birthday parties in the beginning, right?
Yeah, they were doing. Yeah, exactly.
That's actually Jason Reitman who goes, "My dad says you guys are full of crap." That's actually Jason Reitman who directed the third movie. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
And then another little known fact is that scene that's supposed to be at like a brownstone for the birthday party is actually shot on the third floor of the firehouse up in the chief's quarters.
Well, that's I guess it's just helping out with plot location right there. It's just we got this area we're not using, so let's just use it for this part.
Well, yeah, and it's only that one quick scene, so it would have been really quick. So to find another location and company move, it didn't make sense. So they're like, oh, we could just redress this and use it. So they did.
Man, and so I'm not sure if I told you or not. Oh wait, I do like this. Have you seen the Masters of the Universe and Thundercats crossover toys? I have not.
No, but you know what? The guy who collects toys is right here. Look at this stuff.
Holy hell! Look at that.
The whole place is like that. But yeah, he's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah! Holy smokes! Dude, I love his little Funko army
over there, like 3 feet tall. He's very into the limited collectible stuff.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Do you know about the Masters of the Universe and Thundercats crossover toys?
Oh, they're doing that now?
Oh, they're doing that now? He said, he's all excited.
I love both of those things. All right, so doing Thundercats and I'm down here. Thundercats and He-Man together?
Yeah, it said somebody said, have you seen all the Masters of the Universe and Thundercats crossover toys?
Oh shit.
Now I'm gonna have to Google this right now. Hold on.
Oh, please. That's freaking awesome. Jay's arm's gonna fall off. Hold on, you can turn it. I'm making coffee. I'll be back.
Because they're doing a new Masters of the Universe movie, and there's talks about the Thundercats, and the new Masters of the Universe movie looks identical. It's real people that look just like the cartoon. Like they look identical. Like it literally looks like you're watching a live action of the cartoon. Everybody is the exact same.
Wow.
Oh yeah, look at that Thundercats Masters of the Universe figures. Oh wow!
I never watched either one of those, but I do remember He-Man and the by the power of Grayskull. By the power and Skeletor. He was scary.
Oh, here we go.
Was that the same voice as Cobra from G.I. Joe?
Cobra.
Starscream from Transformers. There you go.
Oh yeah. And the Cobra Commander.
Yeah, he said that's the same voice. Yeah. Okay. And then, like even in the Ghostbusters cartoon, the voices were all other people too. Like Winston was Arsenio Hall, and Ray was the voice of Scooby Doo, and Venkman was the voice of Garfield.
Did you watch Gargoyles?
No, I never watched Gargoyles.
It was most of the
Gargoyles was good. I was one of my favorites as a kid growing up.
He said he loved it growing up.
Gargoyles, I love Gargoyles.
He said that a lot of the next gen Star Trek Next Gen people were in it.
Yeah. So Jonathan Frakes was one of the main guys, and then Troy. Everybody was in that shit.
Deanna Troy was in the. Yeah,
look at this tattoo.
Sorry,
isn't that Cobra or G.I. Joe or something?
I can't see it.
Oh, sorry.
It's not.
There you go. Sorry.
Oh hell yeah!
There we go.
Is that Cobra? Or G.I. Joe?
Well, it's Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow.
G.I. Joe. Okay.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe. You're right.
Do you remember Captain N, the Game Master?
Captain N, the Game Master. Who?
Hold on. Hold on, just 1 second.
Oh, he's going to get something.
Who's the Key Master?
Are you the Key Master?
How does he? I'm the gatekeeper. If he's the Key Master.
Yeah, if you want to hang out later.
I'm making a coffee.
So growing up as a kid, I'm a huge. Shit.
I'm using the broiler
for no reason at all. I just have a friggin'.
Oh, Nintendo.
Yes, Duck Hunt.
Right. So this is I actually am getting the aluminum Desert Eagle 50 cal that is going to be painted just like a Nintendo Zapper.
Oh my gosh, you're hilarious.
So everybody's like, why would you do that? What if a kid? I said, if a kid's going to grab that gun, I said, I'm sorry, then I'm not doing my job. I said, I'm an adult. I have an adult gun. I don't expect any kids to be grabbing this adult gun, so I will paint it the way I want it, right?
Dude, not for nothing, but I don't mean to predict the future, but some kid's gonna shoot your TV with a 50 caliber gun.
Seriously. So this is something that I had, and I had it graded because I've kept it since I was a kid. But this was Captain
N.
N.
It looks like Nintendo.
It is.
Master.
He had the Zapper. That was Kid Icarus, and then Princess Zelda.
Oh wow!
Right, and so I had this. Yeah, so I had this graded. Right, and so I've had this since I was a kid. Like this is just one of those things I've had since I was a kid. And I looked online, and I'm like, it's all of a sudden it's like $1,200. And so I was like, let me look into some of the other stuff. So I have like, gosh, I have like all of the Nintendo Powers, a complete collection of Nintendo Powers.
Wow!
And I just saw that the first one I have 4 of, and 3 of them are above an 8, right? After getting graded, and the other one is like a 6, 7. Anything that is above a 7.5 goes for $2,400, and anything that's an 8.5 to up to a 10 is like $5 to 10 grand.
Oh my god!
A magazine, and I have 4 of them, and I was like, I need to start selling some.
Dude, I'd keep the 6 and get rid of those 8s.
Right? Seriously.
Wow, great, good job.
So yeah, so things like that. I mean, I have a lot of collection stuff where it's so funny because people like when they come over, they see some stuff, like this is all I put this stuff here. This is just on the other side of the room, and I put this here just to have like a backdrop. I mean,
yeah, of course,
that's an actual movie replica of Thor's Stormbreaker from the movie.
Wow.
It's 40 pounds. Why do I have it? I don't know. I saw it and I was like, I gotta have this, right?
You want to buy a Batmobile?
What's up?
You want to buy a Batmobile?
Yeah. What are we selling it for? What is it? 1.3, 4.8 million, 10.2 million?
I wish. Yeah, it's 3 million. So the tumblers that I'm selling are 3 million each, and they're identical to the film cars, but they're only doing 10. So that's why they're so expensive. And
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm sure because there's only 10, they'll be 6 million next year. But they're 3 million this year. Now, so if any of your listeners are looking to spend $3 million on a toy for their garage that's not even street legal,
because
awesome.
I was just gonna say that because they're not street legal just due to the size and how they're built and everything, right?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's really wide. The tumbler is
that's what I'm saying.
wide.
Like the size wise, like if you can't fit on the lane, like you can go a little bit taller, but you can't go over 2 or 3 lanes,
So it's not even very tall. It's actually like barely car height, but it's like 8 or 9 feet wide, which is really wide for a car.
Yeah.
But it's really, I think it comes down to like, turn signals and rear view mirrors and license plate lights and things like that. It doesn't have. So I bet you could probably make it street legal.
Make it street legal and have it.
All right.
And how many of those people are gonna actually make that shit street legal? Have little LEDs just blinking through the freaking side or something?
In my mind, anybody who buys this car is just gonna pay the ticket, or put a dealer plate on the back because they probably already have access to that.
Exactly. Somebody pulls them over, be like, "We're doing a movie here." Be like, "Oh, sorry, my bad."
I had a meeting with a guy on this road trip in Austin at the Circuit of the Americas, the Formula One circuit in Austin, and COTA they call it. And he's got a couple clients that are interested. They haven't pulled the trigger yet, but they're interested. And the idea would be that they would keep them there at the racetrack. Now, not to drive them on the track, but like there are condos and houses and stuff all around this racetrack. So theoretically, they could drive it all around the property legally because it's not a public road, and still have their Batmobile in their car cave next to their Maseratis, Lamborghinis, etc. So
that's crazy.
Oh,
so here's
okay.
Crossover, the Masters of the Universe and the Origin. So you got Lion-O there, and he's kind of got like he's even got a different hair set he can wear. So
his name is Lionel. I always thought it was Lionor. Lion-O.
The Lion-O.
Lion-O. Okay.
Yeah.
The characters make it sound like Lionor. So
and then you have, let's see, where's the other one here? So it looks like, wow, what is, that's a weird looking one. A couple of Skeletors. So Whitney sent these to me. So Whitney, are these are crossover ones that you can actually like, that's crazy. I didn't even know that. I mean, I have waited for a Thundercat. I thought it was hilarious when they did that, when Deepfake first came out, and they did a Brad Pitt as Lion-O, and it was like Vin Diesel was like
Really?
Pantero. He was like Pantero, the one that was like the blue guy with the car and everything.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't know that. Can you turn a light on so I can show him the table?
Yeah.
He had this custom coffee table made that's like natural wood and resin. You've seen those. You've seen those
Yeah.
natural wood resin tables.
Oh yeah, I love those.
Oh, backyard resin.
So backyard resin. But what he did was he had his. It looks like water, but it's actually Star Wars. So he's got Star Wars. Once he turns the light on, I'll show you.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. But it's a 3D table that if you get close in there, it's like those are all models of.
That is awesome. I have seen that. I've seen that. That's awesome.
Like, isn't that crazy? The 3D.
Because it's all because you pour the resin over the top as it does it. That is so cool.
Exactly, and it's everywhere. It's like all.
Oh, that is
there's a
friggin'
crash ship over here that's been taken out, and the
That's a
Millennium
slick
Falcon
table.
is over there.
Oh, you got the Millennium
wild?
Falcon. That
And
is
like
so
you can't
cool.
tell on the video, but I mean it's 3D, like it's right under there.
Oh yeah, right. That angle. I mean, you can see that little bit of depth in there, and I can only imagine when you. Oh, that is so cool.
Isn't it wild? So I'm sure it was a fortune. I'm sure your
Oh
table
my-
was a fortune.
Tell him he'll know that shit right there.
What is this?
Okay,
shit
now,
right here?
now I want one. I don't know what I would want it of, but I know I want one.
Can you tell what that ship is right there? No.
I cannot. Oh, is that the? I know what ship. I know. Son of a bitch. I know what ship that is.
See, I don't know anything about Star Wars, so I don't. Oh, the Mandalorian. Oh, that's
Thank
cool.
you. Thank
And
you.
we
I was
just had
thinking.
that
I was trying to
classic
think of the
going
name
on
of it,
the
but I was not gonna. I was not gonna win that. Wait a minute.
The N1 Starfighter. There you go.
N1 Starfighter.
Hi, by the way. Great to see you guys. Dave Knight coming in to say
Dave
hi.
Knight, yeah.
I didn't. Oh shoot! I didn't realize up here. Hold on. Speaking of Masters Universe, there were 2 test screenings of the new movie yesterday. Very positive reviews. That's good to hear because when I saw it and I was trying to look for some pictures of it or something like that or videos of it, they look amazingly like the cartoon. It is so the way they cast it is incredible. Like
Wow.
I've never been more excited to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually have original Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren up there, sitting there all nice and pretty on my shelf.
Oh my God, I forgot about that one.
The VHS. I have one. Yeah, I have one in. Up there.
Was that in the 80s?
Yeah, that was in the 80s. That was when what's his name? Remember the movie Willow?
Yeah,
he was
Willow.
Okay, Willow.
Steve
So
just
remember
watched it the other
the
night.
old. Oh, remember the old guy?
No, I never saw it. That's not my jam.
Oh, okay. So there's like the old. He was like the old Peck. He was like the wizard, whatever. And he's been in so many things. But I want to say he was also the Leprechaun. Maybe no, wait.
Oh, from
Maybe
the
that was
Leprechaun movies?
Yeah, maybe it was somebody else. Maybe that was Warwick Davis. I can't remember. But he played a part that was in that, right? And he had this freaking like mask and makeup and things like that. And I remember him saying how just god awful it was and stinky it was to put this whole friggin' thing on. He's eating like fried chicken with like gravy going down his costume, and they had to reuse the costume.
Was
like, damn.
Was it a big guy or a little guy?
Little guy, little.
Oh, so
little
was
guy.
it Billy Barty?
Billy Barty, yeah,
Yeah.
He's in so many,
So many things.
Oh, so many things. Yeah, he is an icon of my youth and movies and things, and that's like Peter Dinklage and Warwick Davis are two of, and it's so funny when I say that because people are like, are those your favorite little actors? And I'm like, no, they're literally 2 of my top 10 favorite actors, like
of any size,
of any size, just because of everything Warwick Davis when he did, like all the Star Wars, he was in Harry Potter's, of course, doing Willow and all kinds of stuff. Plus, the thing he did with Ricky Gervais was pretty good too.
And you're right, Masters of the Universe, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep. His character in Masters of the Universe too. Hold on. And here we go. Let's see if it brings it up. Oh yeah, there it is. This character. Let me see if I can. There we go. Now it's actually kind of big.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
That was that was his character. But it was so funny. He that wasn't even a character. in like Masters of the Universe. Like they made up that character for this
Just
part
for
and
him.
stuff. Yeah, just for him, for that whole thing. But yeah, it was I liked it. I still go back and watch it. I'm a huge fan of the old, like that's like for me, He-Man the Masters of the Universe from the 80s was kind of like Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon for me. As a movie or whatever. It was like also The Adventures of Baron Munchausen.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, with that had
I never
Uma
saw
Thurman
it,
was in it,
it.
Robin Williams was in it and stuff.
He was?
Yeah, so it was that was a I played the trailer. I think we ended up, I don't know, we got banned for like fucking 15 minutes that day because every movie trailer we were playing had a little bit of music and they friggin' busted it up on us. But let's see, Robin, here we go. Baron Munchausen, Robin Williams, images. Oh yeah, because he played the head. Here, I'll just bring up the whole thing on stage here. So he played like this flying head that when the head was on his body, he was nice and polite. And he was like, oh, I love you to his wife, who also was the head. You can see her here. Right. And then when his head came off, he was crazy. He was like just this crazy Robin Williams character. And it was so funny. I don't know why I loved it so much growing up as a kid, but I loved watching this friggin' movie. And
this one's Baron Munchausen?
Yeah, this is The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. And
I'll check it out.
Cast in it too. The cast is, let's see. So let's see here. No. Wrong button. Yeah, so look, I mean, so John Neville played the Baron Munchausen. You had Eric Idle, right? Then you had like Oliver Reed, here, Robin Williams.
Oliver Reed, wow.
Right. Yeah. Jack Purvis, who's another famous little man. Bill Patterson, Jonathan Pryce. So a lot of these
huge
these guys, and then Sting was in it too.
Gee whiz.
Yeah, so it was funny because there were so many people that were actually in this, and it was not a good movie.
No.
It was just like ultimately it was just the weirdest kind of movie, but it was.
I've tried to watch it a handful of times over the years, and I've just never been able to get into it.
It is. I think if I didn't watch it in my youth, I don't think I ever would have watched it. I think the biggest thing for me is the dude that can run really fast. I just thought it was really cool. I don't know why. Emily loves this.
I remember when it came out, the trailers were all over the place. So I remember people were talking about it. I just don't think I saw it then. So you're right. It didn't
register for later and stuff. Yeah. I have so many B-rated VHS like movies on VHS that are still like say something to somebody and they're like, wait, what movie is that? And then they're like, wait a minute, I think I did see this.
Yeah.
But then you try to look anywhere on a streaming and you can't find it anywhere. I'm like, you want to watch it on my VHS? I'll bring it over. I have a portable TV that I can bring over. I usually bring in my truck because my truck has a plug-in.
Right.
So I test VHSs. I test video game consoles when I'm buying and selling and stuff. So I can do it right on the spot. I can plug it in. It's an older TV. And yeah. Makes it easier. Emily, she loves Star Wars, and so she's just geeking all over his Star Wars table. She's like, I need one in my Star Wars room.
Honestly, I'm not into it at all, but even I have to acknowledge it's super cool.
Right?
Yeah, I think the craftsmanship is super cool. Like the fact that all those little, like it's not a picture, like all those little toys are in his table, and the crashed ones and everything. It's crazy.
Dave in here, Slave One. Was that for something we were talking about for one of the characters?
Slave I think that's the ship. I think that might be the ship.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then I definitely didn't know the name of it.
Oh, well, maybe I'm wrong too. I don't know.
Billy Barty is my hero, Dave said.
He's been in so much stuff.
I know. Dave, you want to come on here and say hi? I'm just saying. I mean,
that wouldn't suck.
Problem.
I love Dave.
I have no problem bringing, sometimes I just like to be like, let me just bring up Dave Knight and then let me just right click and paste. Like, let's rock and roll. So
I continue to call him the ambassador of Astoria because he was the first person I met.
Oh,
and he's the first person a lot of people meet. So it's great that he's the guy.
Yeah, right. Like, and he's not only iconic because of just you get a chance to meet him, you go down to the jail or something like that, but just Dave's passion shows.
It's the person. Yeah, it's who he is.
Yeah, and everything that he does. I did send the link.
That position wouldn't be the same if it were somebody else. Mm-hmm. They'd be doing a job. He's like part mayor of the town.
Right. I was talking to Dave a little bit when I was there. I told him one of my goals beyond, getting through the cancer thing and doing, just trying to be proactive and doing that. But
once I beat cancer,
once I beat that fucking cancer, but I told him, him and Heather, and I kind of laid into him a little bit about my goal. I put like 5 years, and I just recently changed it to 1 year. I don't know why, but but it could go as long as 5. But my goal, and I reached out to Mark Marshall too, is to try to get my SAG card. And I don't know if I would ever do anything with that. I might just have wanted to do that for the longest time. Is just to be able to at least do that part. As a kid growing up, I wanted to be 2 things. I wanted to be an actor, and I wanted to be a WWE wrestler. And to me, my goal was WWE wrestler could maybe make me an actor, because I could learn on the spot, trying to kind of almost improving, but then doing something.
And you have to be SAG after for both.
What was that?
You have to be SAG after for both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You would need a SAG after card to be a wrestler on television. So you would need it for both. Yeah.
For both of those. Yeah. And then now Mark had said something when he sent it to me, was about like the different ways that you can get it now in comparison to before. And
so you already know. Okay.
One of them was like being an extra or something, like, or I can't remember what it was, but you know way more about this.
There are 2 ways that an average Joe like yourself or myself could get a SAG card in a relatively easy manner. One would be becoming an extra on a shoot for at least 3 days. Every time you're an extra on a shoot, you get a voucher at the end of the day, and you get to fill that out. You get your hours, you get paid. They have SAG vouchers and non-SAG vouchers, because there are SAG background and there are non-SAG background. If you can be a non-SAG background who gets a SAG AFTRA voucher, you only need 3 of those, and you're in SAG. You got to pay your dues, you got to do all the stuff, but that's all you need.
That's all you need.
Okay. The other way, which is arguably easier for you, but a little bit more difficult for production, is called Taft-Hartley. And what that means, it's named after somebody. And what that means is, you say there's a production coming to Oregon or Washington, and for some reason, Dustin is the best man for the job. They could hire anybody, but you're obviously the best person for the job, and they can justify it. They can Taft-Hartley you and make you SAG immediately, because you're the man for the job. They could give you the job and make you SAG.
You would just, because you're going to get that mark, then they're just like,
you get Taft-Hartley. Yes, like your pay for that job probably has to go towards your dues, etc. But you would be SAG eligible immediately.
Okay, that is good. That's really good to know.
That's the type of thing that's really hard if you don't have friends in the film industry. However, you do have friends in the film industry, especially in your area, especially with our friend Dave Knight here.
Yeah, really. I seriously, like I when Dave, it was so funny. Dave said one thing to me about a part, right? And I don't really know. I didn't talk more about it. I think I was going through some stuff. I probably should have reached out even more then, but it was about playing a part that would have been inmate or security, or like a parole, or not parole officer, but like a like a jail officer or something, right? And so he was like, play both parts, right? Like I could easily have that stature where I could do both those lines, and then the tattoos for one. And in my head, I kind of thought of it that way, like what can I do for this movie, this whatever this production is, where I can do multiple things, like in that, like where I could, do something like that. And then people started saying that I should reach out to start doing voice acting stuff. And I was like, that would be fun to do. And then I looked into that, and you can actually get it doing that as well. Doing,
any of these jobs are the same, whether it's voice or your whatever. It's all the same rules.
And I had no idea. As a kid, when you have a dream, and the dream, you don't ever pursue it, it ends up just being an idea. And that idea just is I call it my Steve Stifler moment. Finding what is it? What's his name? Sean William Scott? Or no, I can't remember. But the guy who played Stifler, they found him in like a Costco, and they liked his personality, and so then he became Stifler on American Pie. So
so that's kind of it. So they might even Taft-Hartley him. If you have somebody who is right for the role, that you can justify that they're better than anybody else, and that's why you should hire them. It's a pretty standard procedure.
What is this? What is the 67 thing?
6'7". 6'7".
Oh.
It's a big deal right now with the kids, but the adults don't understand it. Apparently a guy said it in a song, but it doesn't actually mean anything.
I just found out the whole 6'7" thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a lot of people that are talking about. I was trying to figure out what they were talking about with that.
I found out about this like a month ago when I was in Florida because all the kids were doing it, and my buddy Steve had to explain it to me. Have to run, fellas. Bye, Emily.
Right. Dave says, "Love you guys."
Dave, so think of a project where we can get Dustin cast in anything. It doesn't even need to. So that's the other thing. Does it?
I can even play 4/8. I don't know how I do it. I can play 4/8.
It could be an under 5. You don't need a lot of lines. You just need to be the right person for the job, and then they hire you.
And my biggest thing is not the like doing like drama class and stuff like that, and doing some of the stuff I did after, which I thought was acting classes. They really were just not really. There was just, I think, one dude that was like, thought he was an actor, and then he was trying to teach everybody how to be an actor, and I think I just wasted a bunch of money. But
I
other
did that
than
a bunch
that,
as a kid. Yeah,
I thought I was pursuing something, and I didn't pursue it because I didn't know which direction to go. And then of course, being on my own at a very young age and kind of just being in the world, the dreams go away, the job starts, and you're like, let me work
real
for
life
a living. Yeah. And so now it's like, well, my kids are 17, almost 18, and almost 16. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, now's the time that if something were to take off, my kids are going to be adults. I'm going to be free of being able to do things without having to be a dad, right? Essentially like a hands-on dad.
You're going to have more time on your hands.
Yeah. And I want to pursue it. And I mean, knowing Dave and knowing you and Mark and things like this, and being able to just talk to you guys and go, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to be Dave Knight, just a little bigger version of Dave. Like, that's my thing. Just, Dave, take me under your wing. Dave is my spirit animal. And I need
when Dave becomes the mayor of Astoria, why don't you go take over the film commission?
Dave, you heard it here, Dave. I love that.
Because while I'm sure politics are the furthest thing from his mind, he would actually be quite good at that job.
And I heard from Richard also while he's down there that Richard is now like the ambassador of something down there that has to do with.
They're all working together. We have a very good community of Goonies in Astoria that are
right. I know.
They're both bringing anniversaries to life, and it's really, really cool to watch. Mayor Dave, exactly.
Mayor Dave.
Hi, Heather.
And then Heather, you would be the first lady.
Correct. The first lady of Astoria. Oh, doesn't that sound beautiful?
First lady of Astoria. There you go. And I'm gonna get you a little patch for you that says that, Heather. You're gonna start wearing that around. We're gonna will it to happen.
So I find that Dave and all of the other people I met, you included, everyone has such an interesting story. And that perhaps is one of the reasons that I think we were all so drawn to one another. It wasn't just, we met a bunch of friends at camp. Yes, that is exactly what happened. But
that, like, hey, we have so much in common. It had nothing to do with, we didn't find commonalities immediately. It wasn't like, oh, you're looking at this figure. We both must love this thing or something. It wasn't like that.
Well,
it was personality.
We're there for Goonies, right? So that does exist. But somehow everybody brought their own individual problems, personalities, like all the different things that we were going through. I'm a widower. You're dealing with cancer and a bunch of dead family. Like, a lot of people were dealing with heavy shit. And we were all Justin was Justin scarred. He was going through health issues and everything at the time. He wasn't feeling well at all. And I don't know, it's weird when you find each other. That's what's so neat about this to me, is like, we're all adults. We are all grown ass men and women. And sorry for the non-binary, the people. We're
all men and women. At one point, we're all men and women.
Fully grown humans. And meeting friends like we did when we were kids, which doesn't happen as adults. That's what Brandon and I talk about all the time. Like, we made all these new friends, and it's so fun because it never happens.
Yeah, it's not a normal thing. It's like you used to just go and hang out. You used to just see kids at the end of the road in the cul-de-sac, and you see some bikes. You ride down. You'd wait. You're like, hey, what are you guys doing? Oh, we're playing this. We need an extra. Sounds good, right? Like the Sandlot type of thing. The mentality of the Sandlot, where you just go there to play, and you just become accepted in the sense of like, we're all similar in this one way, shape, or form. And it was very eye-opening and new and hard to accept because I didn't think it was real. When I met you and I met Dave and I met Bayman and I met Daryl and I met Jason and all these people, and I'm like, this can't be real. We're never going to talk again. This was here in this moment. And what happened? It's never stopped since the beginning of June.
Yep.
It's just, and I've never experienced anything like this. And I am like heart pumping out in my hand, trying to give it to every one of you. Like this is how much I feel towards it, because it changed who I was. It changed my whole mentality. It changed my structure of how I'm living my life today. It gives me a support system, not just with the podcast, but like the little groups, the little talks, the little people that you're, the voice or the messages and the voice message here. And then like, you got this, and just checking on you. And it's like, what is this? Like,
where did this community come from?
And then everybody goes, what's this whole thing about the Goonies? And I said, all of a sudden I get in my head, instead of going, oh, I just love the movie and I'm a nerd and I like Goonies. Now I go, let me tell you something about this. Hold on a second. Like,
how much time do you have?
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm going to tell you about this family that is the Goonies and what it encompasses, and trying to explain that to people without them looking in awe. Like, I wish I had that. Do I need to just watch the movie to get this? And I'm like, well, that's a start. But no, it's the idea that you got to have where you're not going to give up on those people that are around you, no matter what. You're a part of this family, right? And man, I have got teary-eyed talking about it to people. I have the experiences, and I start bringing some things up, and it's just like, wow, what is, like, this was not me. Like 2 or 3 years ago, my friggin' daughter had never seen me cry. Like, she's 15, right. And it wasn't until a couple years ago, and I hid that from everybody. I was the guy that was the rock that you could not, like, you couldn't budge, you couldn't break. Like, I was that boulder, right? And it wasn't until I started opening up to people that I realized how much I have in common, and how much I can, be accepted by other people. And you and I had a great Warrior Health night where we talked, and we both got teary-eyed, and we both talked about a lot of things, and people got real. Nobody was commenting for like 30 minutes. Like, no, we just kept getting viewers, and nobody left, and people were just watching. Like, they were just listening to us. And I think that is sometimes what people need. They just want to feel that they're not alone in that thing, right? And we might throw it back to these old school movies, and I and when it comes to stuff that we collect or experiences, especially you, man, you've had some serious experiences, and I'm gonna do a night. So there's gonna be a Tuesday night, which is I'm going to dedicate to only this until we get to that moment. But I've done it twice already, but it's a Meet the Goonies night where you meet people who are Goonies, but you hear about their life, ask the questions, you explain a little bit about where you came from, and not just, hi, I'm a Goonie and I like the movie. Like, why do I like the movie? It's not about that. It's meeting the people, and that are, you're on a podcast right now. You have your own podcast. People see you, but maybe they don't know enough about you, and maybe they know just that one heartfelt thing. But like, Porsche Life, what is about this? I want to talk more about these other passions and the other things that you have, and know more about those that I don't even know. And I know other people are like in tune where, hey, yeah, it's great to have a podcast, but do we get a chance to meet the host? Do we get a chance to meet these people that we're constantly seeing? No, but I want to open that up and do it, do a Tuesday or Wednesday. Wednesday might work better. For the Tuesdays, I can always change mine around, because then I can cancel out the Tuesday and then tune into your show. So
hilarious. Yeah. Well, Late Night Playset's Tuesdays, but then Blockbuster Year is Wednesdays. So
that's true.
But I'll figure it out. Hey, I'll figure it out.
Monday night, I can eat this.
But my thing is while I'm on the road work, because I'm not doing, Late Night Playset is dark until I get back to LA. So we're still doing Blockbuster Year from the road, because Brandon does. Because Brandon does it, right? He's running the production, so I can just show up with my laptop.
Oh, nice.
After watching the movies, there was 2 we had to do yesterday.
What 2?
We finished out horror month, so we did Freddy versus Jason. We did Nightmare 2 versus Friday 5, which were both 1985.
Nice. See, I was never a horror. Like, for me, my one was probably just Maximum Overdrive. That was probably that was probably like my Emilio Estevez. I loved Emilio Estevez, and then that was my one. I was sick. I threw up.
The truck with the face on it.
With the Joker, right?
Yeah, the Joker looking face.
Like, I was a kid. I thought it was just, I don't know. I just thought it was a very unique take on this kind of like machines are taking over the world kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But that was my horror flick, and then all the other ones I just thought were silly. I was like, oh, they're chasing, they're gonna kill him. It's gonna be the same. Like it. But then for some reason that was like, I was like, maybe this pop machine's gonna fucking shoot one out and kill me. Like I don't know. Like it seemed more realistic to me. But no. So hey, I was just gonna check because I think if I am right. Yep. So my son needs to be picked up from work, and I told him I was like, message me and message your sister, and I got 2 messages. So I'm like, I know that's time for me to jump off.
All right.
But yeah, dude, while you're on the road, let's do a mental health. Let's do that either next week or the week after or whenever you have time. And then
I can be somewhat flexible.
And whatever happens for December, just let me know. And man, dude, if you could work out any kind of time towards the end of December, you let me know. Because I know that'd probably be harder because time frame. Because you said if you're leaving the 15th and then
look, the world's my oyster, right? Okay, so do you have one more minute?
Yeah.
So you mentioned like the Goonies thing. You felt like none of this seems real. I'm in one of those moments right now where like, this is the 3rd time I've done the Grand Tour road trip, right? Once with Nicole, once right after she died, and then this one. But we just got, I've been working on this for like months, and we just got Mobile One as a partner.
I saw that,
which
man.
Is
huge.
So insano to me. I can't even describe the fact that I'm sponsored by Mobile One, that Yellow Car is sponsored by Mobile One, not just for our trips, but for all sorts of stuff you're going to see next year. I'm beside myself. I'm shitting myself. Like,
dude, it's so freaking awesome.
Like, I haven't gotten a check yet. When I get the check, it'll feel real. But like, they activated my contract the other day on 11/11, and like, I am actively working for Mobile One. So my point to all of this is, with December, is like, I think, like, I'm still figuring it out, but I think I can do whatever the heck I want, because like, they just want content while I'm out on the road.
Yeah.
So the longer I'm out, the better
it is, right?
Yeah. So it just comes down to like, all right, well, can I still stay out on the road, and can I pay my rent at home and all those things? And then sure, I'll be there for Christmas or New Year's or whatever. I don't care. Right? I would love to see everybody.
That would be so awesome. Yeah, because it's literally going to be a crew of friggin' probably 13, 14 people that'll be going down to Astoria for New Year's. And then if you add in the people from Astoria, so there's probably going to be,
oh my gosh,
20 people that'll be right around that time. And I'm going to be down there. Gosh, let's see. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So 4 nights, 5 days. So
when's New Year's? What day is that?
So it'll be Thursday is the 1st, and then 31st is the Wednesday.
So Wednesday into Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you,
all right.
You
well,
let me know,
anything
but also
is possible, especially if you're already going anyway.
Yeah. And if anything happens, and for some reason you find yourself down around that area before then, man, just let me know, and I'm on my way down.
Well, I will. And you're in the Seattle area, right? So I can come see you in Seattle first, and then we could both drive down or something. Not together, but I mean, you know.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I gotta follow the Yellow Car with my with my Goonies flags and my Goonies truck.
Dude, they both stand out. I mean, right? Like, they're gonna look like they're together anyway. All right, you got to go.
My daughter just goes, Xander,
go.
Your son needs to be picked up. My daughter says.
I love you, buddy. I'm very excited to see you soon, and thank you to everybody for listening and watching. It means the world to me that you're watching this stuff. I think what you're doing is so great, man. I love that other people do too. Drive safe. Have a good night, guys. That seems like a dream job. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I'm still wrapping my head around it. I know.
Right. Oh my gosh, man, brother. I love you, man, and thank you. And let's talk this week. I want to try to get some stuff in the books, but man, I know this holidays is going to come up quick, and it's going to be like gone before we know it. So let's square some stuff away. And I also, obviously, it seems like your time frame might be opening up a little bit times here and stuff like that. But I did want to talk to Bayman and Liz. I did want to get some sort of, let's try to jam something into Astoria sometime soon. And I got that house I can rent, and let's you and Daryl will stay with me, and friggin' we'll just have some fun. We'll just talk, go over some stuff, man. Just catch up.
I'd love that. I'm so fond
away
of
from everything.
Daryl. Yeah,
it'll be a blast, brother. It'll be a blast. And Steve, you have a good night as well, brother. Awesome. Man.
You got such good fans. This is great. This is great,
it, brother. Thank you so much for coming on, man. Helping out.
I love you. I love everybody. Thanks for watching. Brother. See you soon.
Later.